We
A
both
little bit
live.
of a hiccup there. What is going on, Miles?
Yo, Miles, what's the deal?
Let there. Yeah, good. It's working. Perfect. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? What is up? Welcome back to the Purple and Gold Bar Show. We are live with my man Zoe from In the Zone podcast, giving you guys a nice little Friday night football talk. Doing it like how we do, you know?
Facts.
How's it going, Zoe?
Man, I can't complain. It's Friday, the weekend here, and it can't come no quicker.
Absolutely, man. We got Miles, we got Tyson on the live as well. Let's quickly let's get the intro going, and then we'll get it started. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. What is up? We're gonna start with a little bit. We're just gonna start with some fun because we had good old Nick Wright, as I like to call him, Nick Wright with his Mahone Mountain.
Well, that D Money, Miles the D Money. He got 2 YouTube channels.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's D Money.
We got Delton in the house.
Delton, what's the deal?
Let's go. Man, I'm kind of pumped. I really hope we sign Asante, man. I know there might be some health issues there or whatever, but a little bit of depth would be nice. I keep checking every single day, hoping to see that we got some sort of waiver wire pickup or an free agent signing. But
for sure. D Woods, what's the deal? Skull State of Mind. D Wood told me about this new StreamYard shit too, though, a couple days ago. He had told me about it.
Yeah, man.
I like this shit.
Hell yeah, man. I made it a couple weeks ago now, maybe a week or two ago now. Heck yeah.
T-Bass
in the house. Right on. But we're going to start off having a little fun here. Let me pull up. Where is it? The adjusted. It's a little bit of a troll, but also I think that the top 10 are really more accurate than everything.
Yeah.
I definitely try to move down the quarterbacks that are just all hype, in my opinion, to where I think they belong. So that's why Jones, Dak, Love, Goff are as low as they are, because we know what they are. Right, Zoe?
Yeah, but like, you got to explain to me, though.
Let's go.
Like, you said you did your homework and stuff. Like, how you got Allen 1 and not Matthew Stafford? I'm lost on that one.
Well, if you look at it, everything's very similar. There's a couple things that each one has over the other. So like one's got 2 less interceptions and then a little bit more yards. So Stafford, and then the other's got, more average yards per catch or per attempt. And what was the other stat? I'm blanking, but they're very, very similar. They're basically the same, right? So statistically speaking, now Stafford is more like the traditional. He's playing more like a, like old school, kind of like very disciplined, at an extremely high level. And then we got Josh Allen that's got the modern style, the athletic style, going for bigger plays and whatnot. So I like the evolution of the quarterback position. So that's why I kind of lean towards Josh. But I wouldn't be upset if Stafford was 1 and Allen was 2. Like, they're basically the same for me.
Okay, shout out to we got my boy in the building, my boy GG.
Let's go.
But okay, like the list though.
Knicks.
Like, hold on though. Like, this list is confusing me though, because the list is crazy, because on the Trevor Lawrence list, you got Caleb, Mac Jones, Goff, and Love. Then the next list, you got Roger and McCarthy and Knicks, Jones, Brissett, and Dak. Then at the bottom, you got Dart, Bryce, CJ, Tua, Geno. I can understand. I think CJ need to be moved up some. Like, I don't think JJ belong on the list with them other quarterbacks right now.
Are you kidding me? After 3 games?
Hell no.
I know where he's at. I know what I know.
So after these 3 games, but look though, after these 3 games and looking at the rest of the other quarterbacks that have been playing this year, you think his gameplay is up there with them?
I think he's just better.
Huh?
Absolutely. Yeah. Did you watch Bo Nix play yesterday? You think he's better than JJ?
That's one. Hold on, hold on, wait. You
So,
talking about, wait, you talking about as of right now?
as
You
of right now,
You think JJ is a better quarterback than Bo Nix?
absolutely. Did you watch the game last night or did you fall asleep?
Bro,
Because
I
a
fell
lot of
asleep.
people probably fell asleep.
No, I fell asleep. But look though,
It
but
was
look,
so bad, dude. Like I stayed up to watch it. It was so bad, dude.
look though, but listen though, but we going to ignore what he did the rest of the season though.
He's in the middle of a sophomore slump. He's only had only 4 quarters. He's only plays good in the 4th quarter.
But I'm just saying though, we gonna ignore the rest of the games he played this year.
Yeah, because we're ignoring them. We're just accurately looking at them. It's not like if he had put 4 game, like every single game, he was putting 4 quarters together and he was looking maybe like he's not in a sophomore slump. Then yeah, of course I put him ahead of McCarthy, but he's literally looking like hot garbage for literally 75% of the game, and then he comes alive. And most of the times, it's against teams like freaking the Eagles. When he beat the Eagles in the 4th quarter, Jalen Hurts had 0 passing yards in the second half that game.
Right.
So like that's impressive.
No, it ain't
easy as much of a collapse by the Eagles than it is Bo Nix doing anything special.
I feel you though, but Purple Bar, that's kind of disrespectful though, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, okay, like
accurate, not disrespectful. And now there was some. Now I will say I did also recalculate some guys to be a little bit more trolly than anything. I feel like the top 10 are more accurate than the box. There's more like a little bit of poking fun and making want people to click and to
I feel you though, but I would also trade Trevor Lawrence with Daniel Jones on your list.
Did you see this weekend?
What?
Daniel Jones completely collapsed. The guy can't put the cape on and win a game when it matters. Trevor Lawrence at least did it against the Chiefs.
That was one game. Trevor Lawrence ain't do like. Hold on, wait. So you knocking people down and moving up? You moving people up and down off of one game and not the whole season?
No. Jones, Dak, Love, Goff are where they should be without hype. I'm not taking any hype or anything. Like Jared Goff, we this weekend, we turn that into a big game. What happens when big game Goff shows up? He chokes. He's this generation's Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, whichever quarterback you want to name.
I like that.
I like that. A lot of freaking really nice stats, but nothing to show for it. Big games collapses. That's Jared Goff. And you think that's better than Herbert, than Hurts, than Mahomes, than Lamar?
No, I got a question though. Like I'm confused because with the Caleb Williams on that list with Love, then you got Dak down, but Love ain't been doing shit this whole season though.
Exactly. That's why he's where he's at.
So he should be with Dak at.
Well, that low?
What have you been? Have you seen the
play? Don't get me wrong. I am not a Jordan Love fan. I just adjusted him properly where he belongs. Maybe I should have put him down lower. Maybe
that's what I would say. That's me though. I think Daniel Jones.
How are you throwing like interceptions or making mistakes that rookies make 6 years or 7 years into the league?
Who?
You know what I mean? Jordan Love.
Right? Oh yeah. You got him too high.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I probably didn't troll that hard as hard as I should have, for sure. But yeah, Brissett's over Dak just because he just beat him. That was a little bit of a troll move. I will say though, I probably should have moved Jackson Dart up because he's actually looking really good.
Yeah, I say like he's been looking good this year so far for real. Like I like the rest of the list at the bottom.
Like from Allen down to like Mahomes or maybe even to Herbert, I can say Flacco in that spot is a little bit of a troll. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hyping that up.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Did you hear that stupid take that I think it was Nick Wright that started it, if I'm not mistaken, where he said that, hey, the Jets would trade for Joe Burrow because it's a system over there. Anybody can throw for 400 yards, even old man Flacco. So I kind of threw that as a little bit of a troll and a play to that. But in realistically, probably I would most likely say if we removed Flacco out of there, probably Rodgers, Trevor, Caleb might get that last spot. Maybe you could kind of justify Jones because of the starts that he's had, but like the strength of win isn't that great. You know, he's got a loss against Trevor. You know what I mean? So like,
who do Daniel Jones?
Yeah, they stopped. That's twice now that they've stopped or made basically put a hindrance to Jonathan Taylor, and they've lost. You know what I mean? Lamar Jackson, I give a lot of respect to him because I really I will say I'm a bit of a freaking Lamar Jackson fanboy. So, you know, but from like Trevor down, it's all just kind of fun.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it's just funny to put Jones down there because we all know what's going to happen, man. This guy, he's going to fall apart in the end, especially now with this pressure on him. Like, honestly, man, this guy, the Colts, oh, man, I feel so bad for them because they're just like, they went all in on Daniel Jones and they went and traded for Sauce. And I'm like, that you should have kept those picks. That was a mistake. They're going to find out soon.
I like that move, though.
I like the aggressiveness for it, but I think the price is way too high. That's my thing with it. You're that's quarterback freaking prices, bro.
Yeah, I feel you though, but hey, man, if like I don't know though. They might go to the AFC Championship game. I don't know. The AFC not even that tough for real.
No,
if the car
not like the NFC. I agree.
If the car fall the right place, they might get like a only team. I think they should be worried about is Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City is one of those really weird teams because before the season I said this is going to be the first year where they don't look like invincible, you know? And I said that I've been saying that division is finally wide open, you know, like, but after what I saw last night, I just think that, man, I don't know if the Broncos, they need to probably stack a lot more wins to be able to survive the late season push by the Chiefs. The Chiefs might steal it from them at the very end if they don't get something together. Because that, man, the Raiders, I know it's a divisional game, but
yeah, that's
talented as some of those players on the defense of the Raiders, they should not have been able to hold a team that's got that many wins on the season to 10 points.
That was an ugly game.
Oh man.
That game was ugly. I fell asleep. I fell asleep after they tied the game up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that when I fell asleep in the second quarter, I think it was.
I had to pay attention because like on the Real Sports podcast this weekend, we always talk about the Thursday night game and I didn't want to fall asleep and then forget to watch the game and then go into that pod and not really know what to talk about. But
hold on, wait. Trevor Lawrence got 9 touchdown passes and 6 interceptions.
But how many wins does he have?
I don't know, probably about 6, 5.
In the AFC, he's in the playoffs and he's top of, like I said, like Trevor Lawrence. The thing is that Trevor Lawrence is adjusting to a new system, right? That's why maybe I have a little bit of a soft spot for the Jags because they remind me of us, right? Because we're the same kind of coaching tree, right? And I see the same mistakes and whatnot, and he's adjusting to it. Like he's not on paper looking like a world beater, right? But when you know what I mean, like you're put in a situation, there's been a few situations in this season where he's making plays with his legs, he refuses to lose, and he beat the Chiefs in prime time where a lot of people, even myself, didn't pick them to win that game. I thought it was going to be like a really bad loss for them, and they just keep finding ways to win, ugly ways to win at that. But I think that's just a factor of them just being undisciplined and transitioning to a new season, a new system. But like I said, he's kind of like the gatekeeper. Like easily, like as the season goes on, any one of these quarterbacks below him could easily blow right by him, especially if they collapse, right? Because we're getting into that part of the season where everybody starts getting into playoff form, and the pretenders are really going to start struggling, right? And he's definitely on the list as a potential team that might collapse, right? The Chargers, though, man, Joe Alt out. I don't know, man. We remember what it was like after we lost Darisaw last year, even though we traded for an offensive tackle, like a middling offensive tackle. It was rough at times, man. And we really had to literally put it all out there to be able to do something. And like Herbert can throw the ball really well, and he's got a lot of stats, a lot of passing yards and whatnot. And he's looked great. Don't get me wrong, but Joe Alt is huge. They've been losing games when he's out, right? And he's out for the rest of the season, so I don't know how that's gonna go.
Yeah, I don't know though. Like, this is a wild list.
And that's the thing is that the way that you're reacting and the way that the chat is reacting, that's exactly what I wanted out of this. I only really cared about like that Allen to Lamar, Mahomes maybe. After that, it really didn't really matter because there's no real clear like guy that's like standing out. You know what I mean? Outside of like Allen, Stafford, May, Darnold, Baker, you know what I mean? Those guys are literally like showing out. You know what I mean? They're winning when they shouldn't be winning. They're making big plays. But the thing is that they've all had bad losses too,
Yeah.
Allen to the freaking to the Falcons, Stafford, and they should have won that game against the Eagles, you know what I mean? May, they're not undefeated either. They've had they lost to the Raiders in week 1, right? You know what I mean? Darnold's got a really bad, a hilariously bad loss to the 49ers to fumbling the ball at the basically on the 1 yard line to give them the game, right? To end that game. So everybody's got flaws, you know what I mean? I don't really think it really matters or this is even concrete, even in the slightest, but it's just more fun than anything to be brutally honest.
Yeah, but
Lefty, what's up, buddy?
I think Gino, Tua, and Bryce. I think they at the bottom by themselves for real. And just I ain't gonna lie, I think they at the bottom by themselves.
You got to throw Stroud in there too, man. Like the thing with Stroud is that really confuses me is that he's making like rookie level mistakes this far into his second year, and it's like all the mistakes that he didn't make last year, now he's making, and he's like if I can see that he's not looking off safeties, he's refusing to go through his progression, and at the very, very last second, looking to check down, and when it's not there, panicking and losing yards, sacks, all this stuff. Like, if I can tell that that's happening, I'm sure the defense on the other side of the field can, and that's, it's just he's not great right now. But and Fields, he just had to be at the bottom there.
I still can't put him with them boys, though. I still can't do that. Them boys playing like straight ass. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But how about those Cowboys? What'd you think when you saw Brissett beat those Cowboys? I thought the Cowboys would squeak it out.
I thought I kind of figured they might lose, they might win, but I for damn sure thought they ain't gonna score some more points. That's my whole issue. Yeah. Fuck, they lost. They couldn't score.
Absolutely. I thought like before the game. What's up, Angel? Samuel. Hey, Samuel. I left a message on your last video. Check it out. A comment on your last video. Check it out and get back to me. But anyways, yeah, like I thought it was going to be before the game. I was like, this could be. I couldn't even predict it properly. I was like, this might be a race to 24 points. Because. But I just thought the Cowboys were going to beat them. So that was kind of weird, Daniel Jones is most likely going to come back up here. Like, I'm sure that overall the season, he's not going to, I don't think he's going to collapse. Like, it's more just poking fun than anything with Daniel Jones. Because I think he's changed his mindset to why he's able to play better. But it's going to be interesting to see how he handles the pressure. Because that's what he's really struggled with. Same with Sam, right? That's why, I love Sam, and I've been rooting for Sam for a long time now, right? Like, going back last year, I was really a Sam Darnold apologist or fanboy, whatever you want to say, right? But I just know that his struggles are going to come in the playoffs, so I don't really care what he does in the regular season. He's going to look great at times. He's going to have some fun, some stuff, some weird lowlights. And he disappears at times. Sometimes in the third quarter, he's just not there. And things struggle, and then he comes back roaring and finishes off the game. It's basically what we saw last year, right? It's just 2.0. It's just slightly better. So I'm just willing. I think he's going to be better in the playoffs than he was last year. I don't think he's going to collapse because I think he's going to improve because I have faith that over the next couple of years, he is going to develop into a really, really good playoff quarterback as well. But yeah, I just think he's going to be mediocre, and the team's going to have to carry him if they want to make a run. You know what I mean? Not the other way around. But yeah, man, Drake May, man, who would have thought that, man?
I ain't like Drake May coming out. I don't know. I'm still not sold.
Yes, sir, Samuel. Really?
Nah, no, I'm not sold yet. He been looking good.
It's definitely, I agree. Yeah, like it's early, so it's hard to tell with May. Like we could just be experiencing what Jaden Daniels experienced last year. You know what I mean? And then all the hardship might come next year. You know, like we don't know. Right? Like it's gonna take time. Like that's why I haven't really like convincingly or like set anything in stone when it comes to Bo Nix.
No,
when it comes to Jackson Dart, Stroud, you know what I mean? Penix, JJ, of course, Caleb. Drake. I just haven't really made any concrete decisions because I like to give, you know, a few years, like 5. I really want to see what they do once the tape comes out, how they react to adversity, because it's going to come. They're going to face it. Nobody's perfect, right? So,
but like CJ Stroud, though, he been in the league for a minute though. But I would blame CJ Stroud problems on the GM. They took away both of his best offensive linemen for whatever reason. And they never got no running back because Joe Mixon out for the year. So
they should have traded for someone for sure to give that backfield a helping hand. Yeah. And the reason they moved off of Tunzel though is because everybody was so like if you go back and you watch like Texans content creators and stuff, they were literally crucifying Laramie Tunsil all last season. And I think they just kind of fell to that pressure and they moved on from him. And he actually is doing pretty decent in Washington, right? Maybe it just wasn't a scheme fit. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't let him adjust. I don't know what it was, but yeah, maybe it is coaching or front off or GM, you know, that just kind of has set him up for fail. But there are still some mechanical stuff that he's not doing like he did last year, which is really weird to me.
Hell no, it won't be. Your ass keep on getting slapped after a couple games. Shit, everything gonna change. So you start gonna get happy feet. Shit.
Oh, it might be held because I put my email in there. So check the held comments there, Samuel. But yeah, you know, definitely. I think there's a lot. Like Stephen A says, the list is fluid and more trolly than anything. The top 5 are really 5 to 10 are probably the only most realistic that I try to make them. Yeah, but you know, like the way that I look at it, you know, there's just there, you know, like how do you accurately assess Rodgers? At times he looks like old school Rodgers, and then he looks like an old man at times too. Like,
yeah, you like Rodgers. I think Rodgers is Rodgers. To me, he gonna do okay, but he not about to. I don't really like. I think he too old. In the season is still young. He went, what up though? Talk cheap, Bears down. I was messing on the other day on my man on the Bears podcast. I'm like, what the fuck do Bears down mean?
That's kind of like their version of Skol or something like that. You know what I mean? Or go pack go, right? So
yeah,
you know, or one pride as the Lions say, right? But yeah, you know, like I was saying, yeah, like it's more of a troll.
Okay,
because I made a like a video where I kind of was just like trolling and making fun of Nick Wrong, right? And it was more just to kind of poke fun of him because, like, man, like really, power rankings, quarterback rankings, weekly picks, they're really not anything to be really, you know, dialing in or really caring too much about. It's all for fun, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't really mean anything at the end of the day. So,
yeah, I feel you on that one though.
But yeah. So that was the troll. Maybe I'll I don't know how hard I'll troll next week, if but because I can kind of adjust this page more than anything.
Right.
And
but I feel where you're coming from though. You got the reaction you wanted.
Yeah, exactly. I think definitely, man, for sure. But you know, it's on fun. But you know what? Let's talk some actual stuff that's you know that's real.
Rap, what's the deal?
What up, Rap? Our fearless leader, man. We're just having a little fun trolling the quarterback ranking tier list, Mahomes Mountain. But I want to get your opinion. What do you do with freaking the Kyler Murray experience or experiment?
What you do with it?
Yeah, like what would you do if you were in that situation?
It's over with. It's been over. You got to trade him. It's over with. It's over.
Let me just switch this over that way. I'm actually looking towards you. There we go. But anyways, there we go.
Yeah, it's over with. Like they should have got rid of, but the contracts and shit like that though. But they should got rid of them last year, 2 years ago.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like they just kind of were like pot committed. You know what I mean? They
not
too much, and they feel like they have to write it out.
But not really. Shit, you seen what Denver did? Shit, they owed Russell Wilson what 80, 90 million. They got rid of his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Shit,
and it's strange though because historically, the Cardinals organization in general has been actually really good. You know what I mean? Going back to like the Larry Fitzgerald days, Carson Palmer, they've always been competitive. They've always made good moves. And then in recent years, it's just not been the same. And it's just kind of weird to say. But
they defense good.
Yeah, they're underrated. That's really their shining spot. Now, what do you think of this? I was like, how do you fix this? We got a couple situations in the league where the quarterback has put them in purgatory, man. It's rough to see some of these teams like Miami and stuff. Like a couple of years ago, people were thinking last year, the year before, they dropped 70 in a game. You know what I mean? Like,
but I'm gonna be real with you, Purple Bar. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jacksonville, Arizona, Miami, even New York when they had Daniel Jones, that quarterback is not that guy. Don't give him that money. That's why I tell people I respect what the Cowboy did with Michael Parsons. Mike ain't. He not cut like that. So off of him, and not look what's going on with Arizona. What's going on with Miami? Look at Jacksonville. Jacksonville to me might not even make the playoffs, and they started 4-5-0 something like that.
And I think that's just because of the new scheme and everything, right?
It ain't that.
They're adjusting to that new coach. I don't think they're going to be perfect, right? So I think they're just going to struggle near the end because, it's going to take time.
I feel you, Purple Bar, but if you look at Trevor Lawrence time in the NFL, he never was really good, especially for the number one pick. He's never showed it.
I don't know what's wrong with him because I've gone back a couple times just to kind of remind myself, I was like, man, his combine stuff, like his college stuff, it's like he's got all the physical attributes and intangibles, but like, what is he missing? What is wrong that he can't elevate to an above average at the very least? You know what I mean? Like, what is going on there?
I think I just feel like to this day, I feel like he just overthink everything.
Hey,
I don't think he playing natural. I think he overthink because if you remember when they played against the 49ers and I watched that game, he made a mistake and slid out of bounds and he should have stayed in bounds. Then he got mad at himself. But they end up winning anyway though. But that was a big crucial mistake he made. But I just feel like Trevor Lawrence is just overthinking things, man. Like,
yeah. It's starting to be like, yeah, maybe that the doubt is just kind of taken over. Maybe I think it's got to be mental because it's not like he can't make every throw. He's not like he can't do he has the body to do it. It's just in his head, maybe he it's like the situation with Kyler Murray. And I was like, how do you fix this situation? Right. And I looked into some things and I was like, what if Tua and Kyler get traded for, you know what I mean?
Nah.
Both guys end up getting, maybe a chip on their shoulder. Maybe that is the motivation. They can kind of rattle whatever's going on. And then in a new building, a new system, new coaches, it might kind of ignite something maybe. And the thing is that because nobody else is going to trade for these guys, right? And this is where I'm thinking maybe this might be something that might actually happen. And I looked into it a little bit, like what would have to happen if that was the case, right? Like, if it was going to work between both these two, they have to wait till after June 1st in order to be able to both teams be able to justify it. because if they do it before June 1st of next year, the Dolphins are it's 45.2 million dead cap hit.
That ain't
Right?
shit.
So and then when you look at the Kyler Murray deal, it's only 17.9 million if it's pre-June, right? After June 1st, then it makes more sense for both sides. And then the money kind of works out. You don't have to really throw any extra picks or anything like that. Maybe a little bit of draft or cash compensation here and there, but you could probably do it. And then because really, who's going to trade for Kyler Murray? Do you honestly think that there's a team out there that would go for him?
I think
even
the team would. I would say the team that should trade for him, honestly, though, it would be a short term. I say the New York Jets. You ain't gonna give up a lot to get Kyler Murray anyway, and he would just be a little bridge until you get your quarterback shit going on, either this year draft or next year draft. But you just need a body in there, and we know he better than Justin Fields.
Yeah, well, that's true. And then, but with the fire sale that they had, do you think they'd go for something like that and take that type of cap hit? The Jets, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I agree with you. That would work.
But I would say this. I would say, yeah, because they cleaned their books with the Sauce Gardner trade, I believe, and with the Quentin Williams trade, that freed up money. And they might do somebody else during the offseason who might be a cap hit, but I think they could take on, what you say, 17 million?
17.9 million if they trade pre-June 1st.
But you got to think, though, that's cheap. But that's cheap for a quarterback right now, shit.
Yeah, but if they wait after, then they would split the remaining bonus over 26 and 27. So it's even cheaper for them if they wait till after June 1st.
Well, I'll probably
trade for Kyler.
Yeah, I'll probably, if I'm New York, I'll probably wait after. Yeah. And like, you never know, man. Sometimes a quarterback need a new scenery. Like me personally, I like Kyler Murray, but in Arizona, he been ass. But I will say this. Though. Like you said, that might put a fire on his ass because he get on the podium, he say some wild shit like, "It's not my job to get Marvin Harrison Jr. to football." He said that shit last year. But I will say this though. The Arizona Cardinals, since they had Kyler Murray, bro, they don't run the fucking football.
Yeah. Yeah, and DeMarcado has a little bit of oomph, man. He can run the ball if you give him some touches.
You gotta run the football because I'll be having they running backs on my sheet. I'm like, these motherfuckers, they would throw the ball literally 7 plays in a row.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
And Kyler Murray might run on a play. I'm like, bro, why they don't run the fucking football?
Something's just broken there, man. Like the experiment is just like, and it's boiling over, man. Like everybody's frustrated, from like every player, the front office, the coaches. Like it's boiling over. You know what I mean? Like they're getting into altercations and like shouting matches on the sidelines. I can only imagine what it's like in practice and stuff and behind closed doors. You know, so it's time for them to freaking swap it up or something.
Yeah, I feel like you said get Tua. Hell, fuck no. You gotta go to that NFL draft. You gotta try again, man. It's over with. Tua is who he is. He a good backup that can come in and play wonderful about 3-4 games. That's about it. For real.
Pretty true, yeah. But I was kind of thinking, like, also looking at it like what makes financially sense for both teams, because then it makes it more likely for it to actually happen, right? Because I'm like, let's say I'm trying to think of some of the bottom feeders. Are the Saints going to move on? Like, are they going to trade when they have like Spencer Rattler on the team, which is like a better like average guy than him? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Like, they might go to the NFL draft depending on where they at though, but I gotta relook at the NFL draft, like which quarterbacks coming out this year and next year. I think Manning coming out in 2027, I believe. I don't think he's gonna come out early because no Manning's really come out early in college football.
That's a good point, Dalton. Yeah, everything has to work together in order for the offense and everything to work as intended as well. Because if not, things just break and fall apart. But yeah, no, like from what I understand, not next year, but the year after is going to be a loaded draft class. I don't know if that's just like quarterbacks and then all around talent. But I feel like the Jets are definitely lining up to just rebuild their roster and find a stopgap quarterback for a little while. And then once
Yeah.
they're like loaded, they're going to make a move for a number one, you know?
Yeah, like I tell people, man, like you don't have to get a quarterback this year. Ain't no quarterback right there. Wait till next year.
Yeah. Delton says Josh Hoover probably might be the best quarterback. And
Who he play for, Delta? I like that Indiana quarterback. I need to see what we do the rest of the year though. But I like Indiana quarterback. I ain't gonna lie, I like him though.
no doubt. Yeah, man. I'm freaking. I'm not as in depth in the college football world yet.
Yeah, that
I'm
shit.
only my second year.
That shit take. I ain't gonna lie, that shit take. It took me really. I watched it, but I really only watched Michigan, and I didn't really get zoned into college probably about 8-9 years ago. But I've been watching college forever.
Okay.
So it
There's
took me a minute.
teams, so many divisions. It's kind of hard to keep track of sometimes, and you kind of like lose yourself in what's going on.
Oh, he played for TCU.
Yeah, TCU.
I like Oklahoma quarterback too, though. For real, I forgot his name.
Yeah, I think there's 3 guys that are kind of leading the pack. I just can't remember names. Names are just not good. But yeah, I know there's 3 guys that are potentially going to be sought after in the next draft there. But yeah, it's just a weird situation to see what all these teams are going through. You know what I mean? Like, let's transition to another quarterback conversation here. Do you think that there's a quarterback controversy going on in San Francisco?
Of course, I made a video when this before they paid Brock Purdy. When they got Mac Jones, I said he gonna take Brock Purdy's spot. But after they paid him, and he been looking good though, and he cheaper than Brock Purdy.
Absolutely.
Like, so you might trade him to the fucking New Orleans Saints.
Because if they got all these injured guys that may not even be fully healthy next year might be a wash. They might not be able to push for a Super Bowl this year or next year. And they might have to like kind of restructure and rebuild around some of their guys, right? So does it make sense to pay a quarterback that much? Or maybe they just think that regardless of if they don't get everybody back at full strength, they're still going to be able to hold out and be strong at the end of next season. Because I don't think they're going to make a deep playoff run. Do you think?
Hell no.
Got it?
Fuck no.
It's just too much injury, man. Like I love how they've been facing adversity, and I love what Mac Jones has done. But like, man,
it ain't that though. Purple Bar. My whole logic and thinking on watching football teams, bro. Like San Fran, you had your shot twice. It's over with now. Like, to me, after a while, that talking shit get old with people. Like, he been saying this shit for the same 8 years, bro. We ain't win a Super Bowl yet. I feel like the Kyle Shanahan shit in San Fran, I think shit been over with though.
Already, okay.
That's me though.
No doubt. Yeah, because they're on what, like year 6 now?
Hell no, I think 7? Man, you might want to look that up. Well, I think about year 7, 8.
Actually, yeah, definitely.
Cause KOC in this year 4, and I know he was high about
3 or 4 years before that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It has been a while.
You know what's crazy? The San Francisco 49ers is supposed to be who the Eagles is right now. Because if you look at it, they damn near is similar to each other. But the only difference between the 49ers and the Eagles is the 49ers just couldn't hit on that quarterback like the Eagles did.
Yeah.
Because they both made trades when they need to. Both got crazy running backs, crazy defense, nice receivers. But the Eagles got them at that quarterback spot.
They absolutely made the right choice with Jalen Hurts. Like, I don't know if Jalen Hurts will ever be legendary or that in that same echelon as like freaking Joe or Brady or Peyton. You know what I mean? But the thing with Jalen Hurts is that he's so adaptive, man. Like, he's had 12 different freaking offensive coordinators since college, bro.
Yeah.
And a brand new offensive coordinator every single year in the NFL, and he is still that good. You know what I mean? Imagine if he had the same coordinator this entire time, how much better he would be.
That's facts.
So I just don't,
that's for
I
real
like
though.
Jalen. Or yeah,
I don't like his ass, but I don't like him, but I respect him though. I respect what he's doing. Cause like you said, you learn a different language every fucking year.
Yeah, it's so tough.
Oh, he said Kyle Shanahan got hired in 2017.
Oh yeah, the year after the 28-3. Absolutely. Didn't he just have a really bad loss as well? That basically it's all on him at the very end of the game. I think I saw a tweet on X about it.
Hey, Delton lost his damn mind. He said, "I want to say Hurst is a hit. It's a deep man. Hurst went crazy in the Super Bowl, and he go crazy. Like Hurst be going crazy when look what he did against the Vikings. I think he's the first quarterback this season to throw for 300 yards.
Yeah,
he went crazy in the second half of that game,
which is why I think he's like above, like not just above average. I think he's great. But I don't think he's got the ceiling to be able to elevate to Brady or like the legends, you know what I mean? But he might still keep doing what he's doing and over a long period of time come up with 2 or 3 Super Bowl. And at that point, you just have to be like, he's just a legend at that point,
Yeah, at that point,
that's gonna make
that 3 Super Bowl, 4 appearance.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? So like the proof is in the pudding at that. Even though he's not my style of quarterback, I've never really been like a massive Jalen Hurts fan. Like I said, I more like respect him. It's a better way of saying, and then like him. Yeah, like I just respect what he's done because he's got a ring and he's done well.
But look though, like he said, but the Chiefs scored 9 points, but the Chiefs could have hold the Eagles offense because Hurst was slanging that motherfucker. He was slanging that rock across the field. Did they even punt the football in that damn game?
I'm not sure.
And Saquon, me neither. I'm just talking though. But Saquon Barkley, he ain't do shit. He was just average running back.
He's been looking average this year. Absolutely. Well, he did start the year with like tendonitis in his knee or something like that, or like a mild sprain, and it kind of like hasn't allowed him to kind of hit that next gear so far. Maybe we see that at the end of the season.
This got to be a Chief fan in the comment. He said Hurt went crazy because we had safety covering Brown and Smith. The shit ain't work. The shit ain't work. That motherfucker was slanging that rock.
Yeah.
And y'all can't beat the Eagles. The Chiefs can't beat the fucking Eagles.
Yeah, they have. It's like certain teams, they build a roster to beat the guys that they think they're going to face deep in the playoffs, and it to me, it seems like that's the way we build our team so that we can beat the Lions, because I feel like going into this, we can match up with the Packers. It's not like they have such an advantage on us that we don't have to build a roster. We just got to play better and we can beat them. Same with the Bears, right? But the Lions for the last couple of years, it's like they're just a juggernaut. They're like, especially in the regular season, right? And I think this is last week when we were as healthy as we were, it kind of showed maybe a little bit of the philosophy that Kwesi and B-Flow and KOC have had going into the season, where it's more about we can beat anybody else. Let's just focus on beating the guys that have been our kryptonite, and maybe that's the game plan. I don't know. I'm not in the building, I'm only guessing, but
right.
It's the similar situation with the Eagles and the Chiefs, right? So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Absolutely. But yeah, you know what I was thinking when it comes to the 49ers, and if they do end up having that QB controversy and deciding, hey, let's just take some of this cap or the cap hit off and let's move on from Brock Purdy. You know which team would be dumb enough to take on that big a contract?
You say who?
The Browns. Because they did it with freaking Brock Osweiler. They did it with freaking Deshaun Watson. They're willing to take.
But they can't, man. They owe Deshaun like 3 more years still.
Yes.
That man, like, listen,
so dumb.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know between him and Kirk Cousins. I don't know who pimped the NFL harder. But he not even playing.
Absolutely. Let me just kind of.
I'm put them down, girl.
220. Yeah.
I'm
But he won it though at the same time. So
yeah,
sometimes,
you can't get mad at a quarterback win a Super Bowl. You know how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl?
absolutely.
Man,
Ask the Lions
shit.
how hard that is.
Man. Shit, for real though. Like, I ain't seen the Vikings get to the Super Bowl yet. I've been a fan for 30 years.
Yeah, I know. I
But
think
that shit hard.
slowly building towards an actual rock. Because like our Vikings, we're top 10 all time in franchise wins. We're one of the most winningest organizations in the league all time. And it's because we try everything to try to win a Super Bowl. We're trying to break through. We built a freaking
But
dominant purple people eaters. We've built Adrian
but
Peterson era. We
but you know what though, Purple Bar? I got a problem with that. Because I forgot what year it was when the Vikings was bad. It was under KOC watch too, though. I forgot what year it was. Did we make the playoff all the years KOC been here?
the only one we didn't is when Kirk snapped his Achilles.
Oh yeah, that year.
Years
Like
ago.
that's the year I feel like we should have said F it, and we should have got rid of players to take that hit and get better for the future. See, the Vikings' problem is though, Purple Bar, they want to win as many regular season as it is for no reason. If we'd have lost 2 or 3 more games that year, we would have had like a top 3 pick in the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
But absolutely. I think we was at 11 or 8 or some shit.
And it's that mindset of always trying to be competitive, always trying to win, always being a franchise, a winning franchise. And those kind of like constant mistakes have also been the reason why we've messed up runs, where we've overpaid for things. We bring in guys that we shouldn't, when we should just be patient and rebuild from the ground up, like we're kind of doing now. And we've made mistakes, like D Wood made a great point that he said that it would, like, he really liked he misses the having Kirk Cousins on the books, not because of what he did on the field or anything like that, is because the salary cap took such a big hit when he was there that they couldn't just go crazy in free agency or drafting and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like we were kind of like handcuffed to him, so like we couldn't be crazy. You know what I mean? And then we move on and we got all this cap space, and then we're bringing in everybody. We got freaking a guy that's going to retire due to freaking concussions, and we just like started spending money like we've never been rich before, and we made a crap ton of mistakes. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
what's the
a lot
deal?
of swings that just didn't pan out, and I was like, hey, yeah, I get it, but how are we supposed to become better at managing our free agency money if we don't have it, and to use it to learn from it? If we don't have draft picks for Kwesi to draft with, then he's not going to learn from drafting and get better in the future, right? So it's like the comfort that brought in, because that salary cap hit was so huge, also was kind of preventing us from growing, in the front office and in that area. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's a great point, man. I haven't stopped thinking about that, because I was like, man, that is freaking so smart. So, but yeah, no, it's I think that we're finally on the right track when we are building. I think JJ's definitely the guy. I think he's got exactly what it takes for us to win. Like, I keep thinking about what Sam Darnold would have done at the end of the game this week.
On that 3rd and 6?
Yeah. He would have stared down Jettas and tried to force it to him or Addison, and then we would have given the Lions a minute 42 or whatever. And the Lions, because they capitalize in those moments, they would have come down the field and beat us. You know what I mean?
Hold on one second, Purple Bar.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, but yeah, no, it's an interesting season, guys. Let me get caught up with I'm so bad at freaking focusing on chat, man. There's been so many people in here. I do apologize, guys. Tyson, we already got there. Miles, T-Bass, D Woods, GG Sports Podcast. What up? Tyson, we already do. Anybody else that I miss? Christian, what is up? Lefty is in the building. Samuel, for sure. Hopefully, yeah. Check Samuel. Check your held messages. But yeah, or if you want, just here, I'll type it in here. Just email me at that email. Why did it come up twice, man? Oh yeah, it's because we got both versions there. But anyways, yeah. You got Crown said hello. He said, "What up, Brody?"
My boy Crown, what's the deal, my guy? Shout out to
Yeah.
everybody that's in the chat that watched our live stream at the last minute on a Friday. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Both channels too, man.
Look at that. Crown just said Sam had a chance to beat the Lions at home and overthrew Jeddas. 9 just beat them on the road with a more difficult throw on 3rd and 7. JJ's a cold-hearted killer. Absolutely. That's the difference between Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Jared Goff, man. They just don't have that winning mentality. They don't have that dog. They don't have that ability to be like, I'm going to do what we need to do to win. And in those big moments, do that instead of, because like Sam just reverts to like, let me just force it to Jettas when I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? And I get it, 50-50 ball to Jettas. Sometimes that's a good choice. You can't do that every single time, because then eventually they figure it out and they stop it. And then they end up coming in, beating
Right.
it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I'm super excited with JJ. I think he's got all the things. I think he's slowly elevating his floor to the point where I think by the end of the season, the last 2 or 3 games are going to be like, holy moly, JJ looks like a legit starting quarterback. He's not getting, flustered. He's making like he's going to be way, way more efficient. And then, man, if anybody can make a freaking miracle run in the playoffs, it's that kid, because he's willing to do what it takes to win, and he rises to the occasion. Unlike Goff, where he crumbles, like Sam, that he crumbles, and Daniel Jones. You know what I mean? So we finally got a guy that, when the time is right and that situation is there, even though he might fail, but he's got the ability to try and actually make it something. Unlike going into the game, you're like, oh man, if we can just keep it close, and all of a sudden, okay, there's a 3rd interception. Oh, here's a 55 passer rating game for, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to worry about a total collapse. He's going to fight and give it everything he's got, and maybe we win, maybe we don't. But I'd rather have that than go into the season this year with
Young Buck.
Lose.
I'd rather go with the Young Buck any day, especially if you did your homework on him, though. But he gonna get better game after game. He's, like I tell people, man, it's only his 3rd start in the whole NFL, man. And NFL, the big boy league.
Absolutely. What do you think about Green Bay before the Tucker Kraft injury?
Before, it don't matter. To me, the shit don't move. Green Bay is just inconsistent, and Matt LaFleur, whatever the fucking name is, he just like he handicapping that offense. I don't know if he's trying to protect Jordan Love, because when Jordan Love be having trying to throw the football, he throwing interception. I don't know what's going on with that offense over there. Hell, the defense too, because that other running back, he ran wild on the Packers defense.
Yeah, Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
Man. And going into that game, the Packers were actually pretty highly rated for run defense. So, like, I just don't get what's going on. They're just struggling, man. And Jordan Love keeps making backup and rookie mistakes, man. It's embarrassing to see a guy that's, hyped up to be a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, and he's making mistakes that, like, rookies make or backup quarterbacks make. I can excuse it when it's freaking Carson Wentz doing that, throwing into triple coverage when he shouldn't, trying in desperation to make something play. But freaking Jordan Love, the guy that's supposed to be elite, the guy that's supposed to be a franchise Super Bowl caliber quarterback, it doesn't make sense.
It did Jordan Love what, 2nd or 3rd year starting?
I think this is year 6, so I think this is year 4, if I'm not mistaken, because he sat for 2 years.
Hell no. Let me see.
Isn't it? I'm pretty sure this. I think this is his 4th year. Can somebody check that out in the chat?
He started that damn long?
I think he got drafted.
Yeah, I'm about right now.
In 19, if I'm
2023. 23
is when he started.
Yeah, 2023.
Why does it seem like he's been playing longer
No, this is 23 season, 24 season. This is the third season being a starting quarterback.
It seems to me, it feels like he's been playing for like 5 years. You
No,
know
I
what I
didn't want
mean?
that
Like,
down long.
he
You got to
just-
think about he was on a rookie deal,
I'm mistaken.
but his rookie deal, you know, he got
Well-
paid early though.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, then I guess I have to give him more slack then, because I thought he was
Yeah, you got-
like a year or two
No, he
like deeper into it. The two,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
he-
2 years that he didn't start, that doesn't really count, you know. So I have to give him more grace. I was that's my mistake. That is definitely my bad.
no, you're right though. Like I say to people, I just gotta see more out of Love though. Like he showed me things, then he do bonehead things, but we gotta see, can he outgrow the bonehead mistakes? That's that's just a wait and watch little game.
Yeah,
But
because now
But they ain't no Super Bowl contenders though. Fuck no.
no, they're not. I
If
think
you my bad, per Barber. If you say Super Bowl contenders, hell, I would say the Vikings Super Bowl contenders right now. Then
well, the thing is, for the last 3 years, that's what everybody's been saying.
Oh, they just-
Packers are Super Bowl contenders every year. They say it, and I'm like,
they,
well,
they say the same thing about the Cowboys.
they've been literally saying that the Packers are a Super Bowl contender since the last time they won the Super Bowl, and they haven't even come close.
No,
You know, it's just-
like I said, the Michael Parsons trade, I love it, and I was scared. I'm like, man, Green Bay might unlock some shit on Michael Parsons, but on the back end, he gonna fuck their cap up. That's exactly what he did. 46 a year. He fucked their cap up, and to me, like I told you earlier, the Cowboy mood on Michael Parsons was so excellent. I love seeing things like that. Could quit paying these players elite money when you know damn well they are not is a elite talent. I like that move. Like Brock Purdy should have got paid.
I kept saying to 49ers fans in the comments, like, man, wait until you freaking make the decision, either go with or to move on from Purdy or pay with him. Because if you pay him, you guys are screwed.
Yeah,
Like,
now
you
look
just
at him.
don't see it yet. Love was drafted in 2020, not 2019. Yeah, that's right, for sure.
Oh, we ain't say who's
But yeah, no, it's sometimes, yeah, it's just a weird league, because when you pay a guy like Micah Parsons, then you can't fix your holes. And then you just stay as a freaking dumpster fire, you know, that like they are, you know, but it's weird. Do you think that I think that Dak Prescott's going to go down as similar to Goff and Phillip Rivers, a guy that just
Phillip
has really
Rivers?
big games in freaking the regular season but can't do nothing in the playoffs?
I would say Phillip Rivers compared to Goff, because I think Rivers and Dak is a better thrower than Goff. Even though Goff been to a Super Bowl, I just want to put him up there with Goff, with a Rivers and Dak. But Dak, I feel him. Take the money. 65 a year, I feel you though, bro. But at the end of the day, like, you done got paid. This is like your fourth contract. You done got paid. Like, don't you want to talk shit and like compete for a ring though? Like, you got money.
Like, I'm starting to feel like that like Jerry Jones doesn't really care about winning a Super Bowl that much.
No.
He just wants to keep making money and being in the headlines.
No, I'm talking about Dak. I'm talking about leaving Dallas. You ain't winning shit in Dallas. I'm
No,
talking about
yeah.
Dak to the left.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, maybe he should have. Yeah, before that,
Look,
when the trade.
They were like your fourth contract. You done got paid already, bro.
Mhm.
Go get you a ring. Go take you like 10 million less from a Super Bowl contender and see what happened in 3 years, man. Look what happened to Matthew Stafford. Ain't nobody ever thought Stafford would win a Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Nobody thought that shit in life.
Yeah, absolutely, man. After those two playoff runs, one with both I think with Megatron, but Sue was in one of them. Yeah, like everybody was ready to just ride off and be like, yeah, we want another quarterback. It's like, really? This guy's freaking legit. He's got that will to freaking win. He fights, man. That's what you want in a quarterback, and that's what you need in the playoffs. And they gave away the Lions fans, man. They traded Goff, a number 1 overall pick, and 2 draft picks. And they didn't realize they were getting fleeced, man. I'm like, what?
But look, no. But that trade got the Lions being relevant again, though.
It did, but now it's the thing that's holding them back.
No, like, listen, just be happy being fucking relevant again.
For as long as it lasts.
Just be, just, just be happy. But I will say this though, man. Like, I will say this. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked, Purple Bar, if a team offered 2 or 3 first round draft pick for Joe Burrow. If I'm Joe Burrow, I need to leave Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
You're not winning there, bro. Your best shot was the year you lost to the Rams. You're not about to repeat that shit. It's over with. Then we looking what Joe Flacco doing in the offense.
Mm-hmm.
So how good is Joe Burrow? But if I'm Joe B, though, Purple Bar, I'm telling my agent, hey, call the Vikings, call the motherfucking Saints, call the motherfucking, who else you think up there? Who?
The Rams, because
the Rams,
old, right? You know
Stafford money coming to an end. Call, and they got a lot of people on rookie deal. Call the Rams, call somebody, and get me out Cincinnati, bro. I'm tired of every fucking year I'm in fucking rehab over fucking injury, man.
Oh, it's so bad. That O-line is so bad. But the thing with it is, though, they've given Joe Burrow everything that he's asked for. So he's probably, because he asked for them to pay for T. Higgins, and he asked for them not to move on from Trey Hendrickson.
But Purple Bar, I'm gonna be real with you. Listen, you was the quarterback, my man. You worry about the quarterback shit, and I worry about this shit. You paying T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Now we got no offense line. We ain't got no defense. We ain't got shit.
Bro, if I was an NFL quarterback, I would be doing what Brady did. I'd be taking freaking 20-25 million a year and I say invest in the freaking team. But I'm going to try to win you as many as I can.
But guess what I'm doing if I'm Joe Burrow? I'm taking that shit right there to the table. Is y'all was so dumb to listen to me to sign both receivers, and y'all did the shit, and y'all ignore everything else. Get me out of here, man.
That should be a red flag, actually. You're right.
Man, get me the fuck out of here.
That is actually really funny because really, if you're a player dictating what football moves should be done, like why do you have a president of football operations? Why do you have a GM? Why do you have a coach?
And you on the phone with your wife or your manager, like, man, these motherfuckers really listening to me.
This is a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, like I need to be him too.
He's young and dumb, right? So maybe he's like, well, they're giving me everything I want, so why would I want to leave? You know what I mean? But like, it's a dumb way of thinking. You're right.
No, it's you ain't winning shit over there, man. Like your defense is ass. The offense line is trash. It's over with.
Yep, absolutely, man. Freaking, oh man, it's hilarious. What do you think about this season in general, man? Like I found it like this season I do like a weekly pick 'em at the local pub, because then whoever wins gets like, you know, the pot or whatever. Sometimes it can be like $200-$400, right? So it's a nice little pick me up when you win it. But man, I am having a hard time picking games this year, unlike any other year before, man. Like what is going on with the league?
Man, the league, man, you gotta go the other way. Like the Eagles game. Do I think the Eagles can beat the Packers? Yes. But guess what, Purple Bar?
It's what's going to be the opposite's going to happen.
They're going to be the opposite. And guess what's going to happen Tuesday morning? Oh, the Green Bay Packers is back. They are Super Bowl contender. I can see the shit.
Absolutely.
I don't know how they're going to beat them, but I can see the Packers beating the Eagles, though.
Yeah, and then they'll go play the Bears and get blown out by the Bears, and people will be like, oh, what's going on with the Packers?
Exactly. The NFL so crazy like that. Bro.
Oh man, it's fun. Like if you're just a football fan, you're not like choosing a team to like you got to be having fun, because there's like upsets every week. There's games where you think there's going to be one thing and then something else happens. You know what I mean? Like I don't know about you, but I really liked that Jaguars Raiders game from last week. It literally had everything in there, man. It had hilarious bloopers. It had awesome man. Brock Bowers, bro. Brock Bowers is freaking awesome. Like there was just, 4 touchdowns out of Geno. Michael Myers is running wild at times, you know what I mean? And then we got freaking Trevor Lawrence doing this thing, running in for 2 touchdowns, doing his freaking JJ McCarthy impersonation, you know what I mean? So like It's just a lot of fun, man. It's been a fun season in general.
Yeah, it had though. It been up and down though, cause like I don't know, man. You can say the Eagles, the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. That's easy, but had they been looking like Super Bowl teams? Hell no.
No, that division is open now.
But I tell you what, though. I tell you what. Even though they played bad last night, and we all know this in the NFL Purple Bar, if the Denver Bronco offense strike fire at the right motherfucking time,
they can make something happen.
Listen, I tell people that shit looks bad right now. This ain't shit but November.
Yeah, because probabilities are definitely not cutting it, man. Because like when I look at it, like what's more probable, that the Broncos do all the right things and don't drop the ball to finish the season, or do they struggle and then as a result the Chiefs actually do all the right things and then steal it at the last game or the second last game from the season? And so I'm thinking most likely it's going to be the Chiefs that going to round out into playoff form earlier and finish off the season. But then after everything that we've said, it's probably going to be the Broncos.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the NFL just,
it's awesome.
Like I tell people, man, like the Broncos looking bad now, but we all know it's all about when you catching fire at the right time. Right now ain't the right time to catch fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I can respect the ugly shit because like if the offense put in the work and shit like that, and Sean Payton get his head out of his ass and get some better play call and shit like that, they gonna be a scary because that defense is for real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the fuck that defense coordinator is. That defense is for real.
Yeah, man. I predicted that defense to be one of the top 2 defenses. I also predicted our Vikings to have this to be 1 or 2 as well. I just didn't know which one would be better. But maybe if we finish strong and because we're healthy and the offense doesn't let us be on the field for freaking 3/4 of the game, they might actually play up to their potential. You know what I mean? We might actually finish super strong, but
you know what though? I'm gonna tell you this though, Purple Bar.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings pissed me off at the trade deadline, bro. I know you feel different because I read the text message, but I'm gonna say this though. Like, we could have traded a 6th round draft pick for a corner, right? Just hear me out. Mm-hmm. A 6th round draft pick for a corner. And if you look next year, we only got Rodgers and Murphy, the real corners on the team for next year, right? If we would have traded for a corner this year and see what he did inside of this defense, we could have gave him a 2-year deal to have something to build on and to move to go forward on. Now we stuck with not many damn corners, and it's like if Murphy or Rodgers get hurt, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no, I get that for sure. And a 7th or a 6th, that I'm not opposed to, because that doesn't really matter, right? But
you know what I'm talking about.
I think for Kwesi to get better at drafting, he just has to draft. He's got to have a ton of picks and learn from drafting every single season, right? So that's why I don't want to sacrifice draft picks. But a 7, something like that for depth, I get that. I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's why I told you.
Our seconds or our
thirds. No, I told you. I'm talking about a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, that would have been okay. It wouldn't have been detrimental. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have hurt. But the thing is too, though, if we're only going for depth, you know what I mean? Like over the next couple of weeks, a lot of teams are going to be waiving players, trying to move them to their practice squad.
Oh, okay.
And people are like, right now, it's because there's still some decent free agents that are out there. And as soon as Asante Samuel goes and what's the other guy's name? Jonathan, or no, what's the other corner out in free agency that people are talking about that they want? I forget. Ex-Bronco or ex-Charger? I forget. But either way,
Howard.
Maybe.
Hell no, right on him.
But you know what I mean? Because everybody's going to try to pick up those guys. But once those guys are off the market and all the decent free agents are going to go, people are going to start restructuring. And it's going to be who's going to be the smartest picking up guys off the waiver wire.
Now that right there is smart. I ain't think of that.
right? Because there's going to be a lot of restructuring. Everybody just made a whole bunch of trades. Everybody's, holding players. People are coming back off of IR, and we're going to start seeing guys getting waived and the teams trying to get them back on their practice squad. And I feel like if we're just going for depth, right? Let's just do that and pick up a whole bunch of, we could probably get 2 or 3, practice squad guys, or like guys that get waived that maybe we can, get them ready enough for emergency's sake, and then just ride it out. And in the off season or in the draft, use all our draft picks as best we can, and hope to gosh that this time that Kwesi can hit a little bit more, because he's got picks to work with. And maybe is it a Kwesi thing, or is it a scouting room thing?
Man, I say scouting, bro. But that's the team you fucking hired.
Yeah.
So y'all go neck and neck. I ain't trying to hear shit about that shit.
But remember, we hired Kwesi because he's not a cookie cutter GM. He doesn't.
Well, who is that guy then?
What do you mean? Our scout?
No, I'm saying you said we hired him for the numbers, right? Basically, what you're saying, right?
We hired him because he doesn't think like a normal GM, right?
But that might be the problem, because I'm gonna be real with you.
But my point is that if we hired him to think differently, when he thinks differently, we can't get upset. You know what I mean? Because that's what we hired him to do. If it pays out, it pays out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And then eventually we can address it when it's been too long of an experiment. You know what I mean?
But I will say this, though. I will say this. And I'm pissed at the Vikings for this move. Y'all drafted my boy Kobe King. He from Detroit. Been watching him.
Happy with that.
I've been watching him play since Little League. He done played with my little cousin. I've been watching him play since Little League in high school, and seen him play at Penn State. He got a twin brother. He played for the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
We waived Kobe King.
And then he got to the Jets.
But we waived him.
I didn't want
to bring back Aaron Jones, and we kept CJ Ham and Todd Chandler on the motherfucking roster.
I was not happy with that move. I will say that I was not happy with that move, because I liked him too. I just was like, he's just raw, and whenever we can get him up to being up to standard for the B-Flow scheme, that's when he's going to show what he can do. Because you have to, when you play for the B-Flow scheme or freaking Spagnuolo scheme, you have to learn everything that is expected of you, and then you can get on the field.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Purple Bar. I ain't gonna lie.
I liked him.
Purple Bar, I'm gonna be real with you. When he get on the field for the New York Jets, I ain't gonna lie to you. That boy is a dog. He played a linebacker shit like a safety. He is a dog. And for us to keep Todd Chandler, who nobody want to see get the fucking football, that was crazy to me.
Yeah, I didn't. I haven't defended that at all. I thought that was sloppy. I think that was a little bit too overconfident, thinking that he was just nobody's gonna.
What up, Xander?
Wires, and then we were just gonna quietly bring him back on the practice squad. I think that was just too confident of a move. You know what I mean? Like
what? But Purple Bar, why the fuck we still got Todd Chandler on a 53-man roster though? I like Scott. I like Mason. I like Jones.
Mm-hmm.
KOC, you don't like Todd Chandler.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, it's a fit thing, or I don't know.
Like,
I don't know what it is.
And you drafted him though.
I would have definitely waived him or released him in order to keep Kobe King for sure.
Yeah, but the crazy part, like you said, they got too cocky. Like, we're gonna put him on the practice. Like, bro, people watching this shit.
Yeah,
people know who the fuck he is.
Yeah. He's got a lot of potential, and that's why I was like, man, we gotta work on these guys. We can't be so, stupid with mistakes like that.
No, man, that shit. I was pissed. I was heated
every single day. Well, for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's usually when we see waiver wire pickups, because after game days, that's when we see teams do that kind of like moving down to the practice squad and whatnot, right? And before the games as well sometimes. So I'm excited to see what happens over the next couple of weeks, because I feel like we're going to make some moves there and pick up some guys. But I think we're just going to focus on either Asante, or because we brought him in, right, or one of the other free agent guys that we can bring in.
But let me ask you this though: are you even hyped talking about we bringing in Asante Samuel though?
I don't think only if he's a backup. You know what I mean? I don't want him to come in and start. You know what I
Hell
mean? I
no, he
want
ain't
him to
gonna
be
start
there
right away.
for when they need to bring him in for when you're gonna go, one less linebacker, one extra corner, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, where he's gonna get like lot less usage until he, you know what I mean, and then just kind of use him accordingly or smart the rest of the season. I don't want to put any responsibility on him. Like I don't want to put any responsibility on the practice guys or the waiver wire pickups that we do either. I just want them there just in case. You know what I mean? Because we've been hit by the injury bug, and knock on wood, I don't want to see it come back. And I'd
My
like
boy Justin said, "I'm not like this man. Like this man have left 2 teams, and he ain't signed with nobody, and he got a bad injury he dealing with. I don't know. Like you can like get him healthy, but I don't know, man. Like it is what it is. Let's see what we can do probably towards December if we do sign him.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be benefit get on the field, let him get in football shape and shit like that, though. But it could be a diamond in the rough. His daddy was a dog, so
yeah,
it might be a chip off the old block for real. I don't know, but I'm not really too hyped.
That's why I'm like, I don't want to put that usage or workload on him, because then if he gets injured again, like we're back to square one. But sporadically, when we need somebody like a little bit of a depth player to come in certain situations, that I'm okay with. You know,
if the Vikings signed him today or over the weekend, I'd be cool. But he don't need to play like probably until the end of this month or the beginning of December.
He's just got to be homework and getting up to NFL speed and conditioning and stuff, and working him into the figuring out what he needs to be able to do when they do call on him. No real responsibilities, but like, have something with a little bit of depth that might have a little bit higher ceiling than just a regular waiver wire pickup. So I get why people are waiting and not, whatever until those 2 guys are gone. So like, I'm just going to be patient and see what we do. You know what I mean? It looks like the roster that we have is got something, you know what I mean? Like we definitely handled those Lions, right? And you know what the best part about that win? Some people might not like it, but to me, it was awesome because when J-Mo hit that freaking touchdown at the very end of the game, and the Lions fans that go watch, man, I am so petty, dude. I go and I watch like Lions content creators watch parties, and then I just fast forward to the moments where I know they're going to be heartbroken, and I watch them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when J-Mo scored that touchdown, they were like, "We're going to win the game." It's so freaking funny. And then to watch JJ go out there and he throws a back shoulder throw before Jalen Nailor comes out of his break. You know what I mean? Like Jalen Nailor, like when you look at it, he kind of like it almost caught him off guard because he had to get the hands up and catch the ball almost instantly when he looked back for it, and caught it. So like that alone right there, I was like, Sam would have never made that throw. He would have never had the presence of mind to be like, I know that as soon as this happens, I'm going to have one-on-one with Nailor, and they're in press coverage right now. This is the situation where I look off the safeties. I make it seem like I'm going after JJ or Addison. And as soon as I can, I throw to the spot, timing route, perfect to a perfect spot, a perfect throw, back shoulder, and game over. And to watch some of these these watch parties for the Lions when Jalen Nailor made that catch, it's so good, dude. And then also too, I keep thinking, what would have happened if Sam would have turned to hand the ball over to Mason, and then Mason went the other way? Or I don't know who was at fault there, whether it was JJ or Mason, but regardless, if a mistake like that happens by Sam, what do you think Sam does in that situation? He panics, he looks around and look for a check down, and then he takes a sack, and then we're in 3rd and 13 or some bullshit, you know what I mean? And then we probably mess it up or have to go on 4th down and potentially end up giving them good field position, or at the best case scenario, give them enough time for them to actually come back and win the game, because we were only up 3 points at that point, right?
Yeah, with a minute something left.
Right? So just to watch the freaking the heartbreak in that moment was incredible. To see a freaking victory formation, all because of our young man knew what to do and made the right choice, not the ego play like Sam would have done. So beautiful, dude. I just can't wait for him to develop and get better and become more efficient, man. It's gonna
But
be awesome.
like, I got another problem too, though, man. Like, my problem with the Vikings, though, Purple Bar. Well, they can't do it next year though, but I feel like the Vikings don't move off of players and trade them when they need. I feel like O'Neal and Hawkinson's ass should have been traded before that deadline, no matter what happened, just to get some more draft capital.
It would have been nice to get more draft capital
and to clear them books and say we're gonna roll the dice with the backup lineman or the other tight end we got, but we got a fifth round draft pick. And I'm telling y'all, I'm getting better at drafting. I'm gonna find us a diamond. Like, to me, you get your diamonds in the dirt after the 4th round. To me, that's when you can draft. When you get dogs in the 4th round and beyond, that's when you was a dog ass motherfucking GM or some shit.
Yeah, man, I definitely want more draft capital, because I'm like, if we can get 15 picks for Kwesi, we might actually get like 3 or 4 hits, and that's something, you know, instead of just one hit, you know, or like potentially. But like
we getting the draft capital though, Purple Bar, and we clearing the books.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, O'Neal not getting no younger. I know people like O'Neal, he good though, but to me, I'd rather get something than nothing.
I don't want to also suffer the decline when he starts actually becoming backup level, you know what I mean? And then crap, we should have drafted someone.
I'm gonna say this though.
Situation. Yeah, I
agree. I'm gonna tell you this. Another team I like, and I like the way they move. The Seattle Seahawks. They moved off Geno Smith. Not look at Geno Smith. They moved off of DK. And the Seattle Seahawks passing game ain't missing a beat.
JSN has a big deal. That kid is something special.
I'm just saying though. But Purple Bar, how many teams would have did some shit like that?
Not a lot. Not a lot. The way that
like us as Vikings fans, we don't want to trade motherfucking Jordan Addison.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope too, because I know that the thing, a lot of people are like, well, then there's other examples of teams where they do that and then they become worse and then they struggle.
Like Tennessee,
result, right?
Like Tennessee, they drafted the wrong fucking receiver. Like Tennessee, just say Tennessee name. I know you will. Just say Tennessee. Shit. I feel you though. I feel you though, but I like being a proactive.
Me too. Yeah,
that's what I like though.
Wanted more draft picks for sure. I would have been happy moving on with strategic players to get more draft capital for sure, because we need to get younger if we want to make the best out of this JJ McCarthy era. Because I think that for the rest of the season, I think he's going to prove that he's him. That's the guy that we need to roll with over the next few years, and then let it go. But we also need to build a solid young team around him. We need speed. We need youth. We need athleticism. Experience is great. I get it. I love having wily vets and stuff like that can do things like Blake Cashman with his high IQ, with freaking Harrison Smith. But at the same time, sometimes athleticism is speed, being a dog trumps having experience, because you can have the experience all in the world, but if you can't make that freaking tackle, if you don't have the speed anymore to cut off that run, it don't matter how good you are.
So perfect
knowledge you have.
So right? Can I ask you a question?
I want to get younger.
I want to ask you this though. My knowledge for the rest of the season, of course I want to make the playoffs, but my knowledge of the season for the Minnesota Vikings is to develop JJ McCarthy and to develop Dallas Turner for the rest of this fucking season. I don't care if he playing behind Cashman or Vink Geek, like that's cool. Like to me, I asked Vikings fan this yesterday. With Cashman and Van Gink, or whatever his fucking name is, with them on the football field, do you think the Vikings win the Super Bowl this year?
I didn't think we had an actual Super Bowl playoff run into us, because I didn't anticipate us to. I thought we would struggle enough that we wouldn't have a playoff position that would actually make it easy for us to make a Super Bowl run. You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. We need to develop Dallas Turner and JJ McCarthy. But we need to develop new players.
I 1,000% agree. But I think I've been watching Dallas Turner. I know this last game he didn't play as much as we needed to,
No.
as he needed to, but before that, he's been playing really well. The things that he doesn't show up on the stat sheets.
See, I don't see
He's more and more reminding me of freaking Barr, man. Anthony Barr.
Listen. No, I won't go that far. I won't go that far.
Like, he hasn't become Barr yet, but Barr was similar. That some games he wouldn't have a lot of stuff on the stat sheet, but he did a lot of stuff that really helped. He was a glue guy more than a stat stuffer. You know what I mean?
Right.
So sometimes you need to have glue guys, and I feel like that might be what he's becoming. But I really want to see him now that he's getting more acclimated to really start taking advantage of his potential. I agree. I want him to develop.
So another question. I told people in the chat yesterday, like, to me, the Vikings defense all game long needs to run a quarterback spy on Lamar Jackson, and the person who should do the quarterback spy is Dallas Turner.
Because he's fast.
Right, but people telling me, oh, if you use Dallas Turner, you taking Ivan Pace or Cashman off the field. I said, I don't give a fuck about them.
It would be Pace. He would be out there, and then we'd have Wilson and Cashman out there at the same time, and he would be on spy, and that would work just the same, because what we do with the same situation when Pace is out there, those guys make sure everything, even if Pace misses, that they still cover the mistake up, right? So if we don't have Pace out there, then we can just assign Dallas to the spy position, and he's got the athleticism to run down a quarterback and do all the things that we need him to do in that situation, right? Man, so I think that works. I like that idea.
Delton is tough. Delton don't like nobody. He said Anthony Barr sucks. Turner is better than him, and I'm saying, like, that's crazy take. That's Delton. Anthony Barr had a lot of moments here in Minnesota, bro. Like,
he did.
Like,
he was a glue guy. He wasn't like superstar, wasn't all pro, but like sometimes.
But I tell you what though, right or wrong, when you watch Anthony Barr on some plays, he jumped off the TV screen.
Yes,
that's all I'm asking for.
And then in the Steelers game, Dallas Turner was the reason why we had a couple 3 and outs, at least 1 3 and out. He's got that same big play ability and be able to kind of put a wrench into things, but then he goes back to doing what they want him to do. You know what I mean?
Man, so listen,
it's weird. Maybe he'll.
Anthony Barr is him. Anthony Barr is the reason you can't put your pressure on quarterbacks when you sacking their ass. Put some respect on Anthony Barr's name, man.
Broken collarbone.
Yes. Who made that rule up? Anthony Barr.
Oh man. I don't like injuries at all, but you know, when the boogeyman was at his prime there, I was just happy that he was just gone.
Man, but Anthony Barr was the reason for that rule.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, come on, Anthony Barr was decent.
And that's the reason. If it wasn't for Barr, freaking Aiden Hutchinson wouldn't have gotten that freaking roughing the passer, or was it? It wasn't roughing, it was unsports, or no?
Hey, that was crazy.
Was it what's the one where you're too aggressive or whatever? That one.
That was a crazy
killing. The thing is, Kendrick was great because he was a glue guy and also he filled the stat sheets up. A lot of tackles for loss, a lot of just tackling in general. He did all the right stuff. He did all the highlight stuff and was an all-pro, but also was smart enough to drop and do the things that needed to be done in that moment, and wouldn't care that he was getting the stats on the sheet in that moment because he knew what needed to be done.
But Purple Barr, I will say this: Kendrick and Anthony Barr was a good duo.
Oh yeah, I really like those. I liked them. I was a big fan.
Man, what that linebacker duo was crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I don't know. People like he said that with Jack Campbell, I believe. It was one of the fucking Lions players. That was I agree with the penalty. That penalty was crazy. But that penalty because of Anthony Barr.
Was it Jack Campbell? I thought it was Hutchinson, where it looked like the reason why they gave him that because it just looked like a normal tackle right after he released. I was like, well, okay. But the thing is that it looked like he had his shoulder into him, so it looked like he like kind of dropped in on him, and it was like flag. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, I'll take that.
He said Anthony Barr
Thank
never
you,
had
Anthony
over
Barr.
5 tackles in a year. Okay, but Anthony Barr played good, Delton. Like you want everybody to be Ray Lewis or Greenway.
Oh,
EJ, like EJ and Greenway was
you
better.
remember that duo? Oh, I missed that. I
Who
also
was better though?
Wilson and
Who was a better duo? You think?
Field out there. Oof.
But look, hold on, wait. Greenway Henderson played with the Williams brother, didn't they?
I can't remember. I only remember the big names.
Hey, Chet.
Henderson.
ATM. Didn't Greenway and EJ play with the fucking Williams brothers at them D tackle spot? So that's kind of bold. Cause we had that William wall for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know about that William.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, I remember now.
That was that.
Also
That was
missed
them at the
Antoine
linebacker
Winfield.
spot, right?
It would have
Yeah,
been
they
nice
played
if we
with-
got a Winfield.
So
Jr.
okay,
game.
so you gonna compare Anthony Barr and Kendricks to some linebackers who played with the Williams wall. What wall did fucking hit Kendrick and Barr had? Man, they were nice.
Oh, man.
Like y'all Vikings fan gotta stop that shit.
They
both were nice.
Thing, man, about the old days. Oh, it's so much fun. Oh man. Maybe here's a little bit of a half Vikings, half rest of the league kind of question. To me, this season proved to me that Derrick Henry is not like Adrian Peterson. Because as soon as he started seeing 7, 8, 9, 10 in the box, he did nothing.
I ain't gonna lie.
Adrian Peterson had 10 in the box almost every freaking play, and he would still bust out for freaking
You right though.
massive run.
But you right, but Purple Bar, I ain't gonna lie though. I won't be real with you. I love AP. And I don't know what they numbers looking like overall though, but AP fumbled too much for me though, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
But so does Derrick Henry.
But this now though. How old is Derrick Henry now? What?
Yeah,
but man, Adrian Peterson been fumbling forever, bro. Like, how old was AP 09? He wasn't that damn old.
But sometimes when you have a freaking a muscle car or a Ferrari, sometimes you accidentally hit the gas a little bit too hard and you go sideways, man.
Purple Bar. The number one rule at the running back spot, bro, is hold on to the loaf of bread. Like this man fumbled. Like
bro,
did he fumble twice against the New Orleans Saints in 09?
Yeah, I know. But you know
And
what?
Even me. We all blame Brett Favre for that loss.
I blame Sean Payton because if they didn't if Bounty Gate didn't get him all those extra wins, they probably wouldn't have made that playoffs, and the seeding would have been completely different, and that would have never happened.
No, I feel.
I don't know who would have won that season, but that was massive.
But overall, though, fuck the Bounty shit. I blame that shit on AP. Got 80% of the shit. Brett Favre got fucking 20%. Cause AP fumbled a lot. Didn't he fumble in the end zone?
Bro, there's been so yes, man. Hey, there's been plenty of fumbles or lowlights from AP that made me so angry. But then he bust a 76-yarder or something, and you know what I mean. Sometimes I still vividly remember it was Christian Ponder was under center. It was like a 3rd and 24, and they call a freaking draw play. And freaking Adrian Peterson runs for like 25 yards in the first down. I was like, who else can do that? You know what I mean? So
AP a dog though, but I ain't gonna lie, Purple Bar. He fumbled too much for me. I ain't gonna lie. That fumble shit, that shit blew me though. Like, like if AP get 25 carries, expect 2 fumble losses. For real.
I don't know if it was that bad. He had a high fumble rate. I will agree.
Well, it probably wasn't that bad though, but
it was bad. At least
okay, let's say this. If he get 50 carries in 2 games, he probably had 2 or 3 fumble losses in 2 games.
Definitely.
And Jared Allen played with the motherfucking Williams brothers and Kendrick. And like, come on, y'all. Like, that conversation over with.
But I missed that. That is my golden era, though. So, like, I missed that, man. Freaking Visante Shanko at tight end. You know what I mean? Like, day. Oh, man.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this player, though, bro. You know who I liked it, but I ain't like, but I like? What was that cornerback? His name was Cook. You know Cook, bro. The cornerback.
The cornerback. Wait.
Cook. What was his name, y'all?
I don't remember.
You remember Cook, man?
Hold on, let me look this up.
Hey, what was Cook name, y'all? The Chris Cook. Bro, you remember Chris Cook? I liked him, but I ain't like him though.
Chris Cook. Yeah.
You don't remember him?
Yeah.
From you remember him now?
2013.
You remember him now?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Chris Cook. Yo, he was a dog, man.
I ain't like him, but I liked him though.
He had some moments, and then he also had some bad moments.
Yeah, it was like, damn. Yeah, damn. Like, I missed that with the corners, man.
Yeah,
I missed that feeling.
Do you miss Terrence Newman?
Hell, man.
Remember that era? What were we doing?
Man, Newman was old as hell balling for the Vikings.
I know.
We need to bring him back. He needs to be a defensive assistant.
Yeah, and every once in a while he'd come up with a big play, and that's why he just kept freaking staying on the field, man.
Man, Newman was a dog. Like, that's what I missed though, Purple Bar in our secondary.
Yeah.
Like, we ain't had that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Two-Tone, what's up, brother?
Two-Tone, what's the deal? Since KLC and Quincy took over, bro, we ain't had no dogs in that secondary like we did before. Like who like
the last one we had was Xavier.
Like Brian Murphy. I was mad we re-signed Brian Murphy because Brian Murphy, Trey Wayne. I like the Trey Wayne. He was up and down though.
Yeah, he was streaky. He was feature famine for sure.
But the corner we got now, I don't get that from him. It's just always down. Like even though we win, I don't get that moment. Oh, Antoine Winfield was a dog.
Oh yeah, I miss him, man. I really wish we could have got him. Like, man, if we could have somehow worked that out so we could draft him, that would have been incredible just for the legacy. And he's a freaking hell of a player, man. He's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
But man, oh man. Lucas, you wish, buddy. You don't got Superman. Did you watch the press conference for Lamar Jackson this week? He said, I'm cautious. I'm only doing what I need to do. You need Superman to beat us this week, and he ain't gonna make, you know why? Because if he runs and he sprints and he re-aggravates that hamstring, your season's over, brother. If he takes off for a run and takes a bad hit and he gets injured, your season's over. So he's gonna be a freaking pocket passer this weekend, and it's not gonna be until the games are actually on the line for you guys to make the playoffs. Because you guys can still lose one, maybe two games and still make the playoffs, but it's not gonna be
a Ravens fan.
Yeah, for sure. I think so.
I don't know. Like the Ravens, like I told people, when Derrick Henry get the football Purple Bar, guess what I want people to do? I want one person tackling the ass and the other person reaching for the football every time you get the football. Every time you get the football, I want two people, one person tackling and reach for the football.
Lucas, he is never going to be an elite pocket passer. He doesn't have the accuracy for it. The reason why you think he's a good pocket passer is because of your offensive coordinator and how they scheme up plays and draw up their plays. Because I guarantee you, if you've been watching Lamar Jackson, go count all the snaps, and every single time he's thrown a back shoulder. I guarantee you he hasn't thrown more than 5 in his entire career. How many times has he thrown into coverage? He doesn't. He just doesn't.
But I will say this, Purple Bar, though.
Freaking Andrews.
But I will say this about Purple Bar. I will say this though, as I'm looking at the Ravens, and Lamar can kill you different ways. But if you look at the Ravens offense, like who scare you at the wide receiver spot? No, they don't have no wide receivers for real. The Ravens once again have one of the worst offenses weapons in the fucking AFC.
And at best right now, their defense is like 20th in the league
after
their new acquisitions. You don't go from like the 3rd worst defense in the league, and then because you beat the freaking the Dolphins, all of a sudden you guys have arrived. You guys got marginally better. You guys basically did what the Cowboys did. The Cowboys went from like 32nd to like 22nd defense overall. You guys went from like 27th to 20th. That's nothing to be afraid of. It's not going to be even an afterthought. Not to mention that we have one of the best home field advantages in the league. So man, go watch your plays and go count how many times Lamar Jackson throws a back shoulder a pass in a season. I'm telling you, he hasn't thrown. I'm a Lamar fan because I understand what he is, and I've watched every single snap of that man's career. He literally has thrown like 5 back shoulder throws. He doesn't lead receivers. He doesn't throw into double coverage. All the what? He throws to a wide open, likely because they scheme a situation where it looks like they're going to run, or Lamar might freaking do a design run, and then Mark Andrews sneaks in behind wide open, and he throws an easy wide open receiver, and your receivers or your tight ends have to adjust to make the catch. Go pay attention. Don't just be all fanboying out thinking that you're better than you're not. Trust me. But yeah. I think, are there any other topics that you wanted to cover?
You said great, dude. You said Kyler Murray already. Tua.
Yeah.
We talked about the Cowboys.
I would really love to see San Fran stick with Mac Jones and then Brock Purdy end up in Cleveland. Yo, do you think Shedeur Sanders is going to get an actual shot in the league sometime?
He going to play for Cleveland this year.
You think so? You think?
Yeah, they're going to.
The way that Stefanski talks, it sounds like he's not playing until he's gone, sort of situation.
No, I think Kevin just talking, man. Like he just, I'm gonna say this, and y'all gonna eat this shit up, and I think we're gonna see Shedeur probably about week 14. We're gonna see him play.
Because at the very end, when it doesn't matter,
you gotta see what you like. Let's say week 4. Let's say whatever week he get in. He looked like he know what he's doing. He been looking better than, like, to me personally, I wasn't a Dylan Gabriel fan when he was in college. I thought he was ass. To me, Shedeur Sanders is a better thrower. And the Cleveland Browns got a nice offense.
The only thing that makes sense to me is that they don't want to like put him out there and then him not perform well enough. And then all of a sudden, any trade potential or trade value that they might think they have is just gone.
You ain't got no trade value now, though.
But I think they do. You know what I mean? It's like
another 5th round pick.
They don't know what they're doing. So
yeah, they don't. Like, to me, it's Shedeur now playing by week 14. I know he just set up the field there though. And at this point, what's the point of even drafting him? Yeah, and y'all need a quarterback on the rookie deal because Deshaun eat up a lot of money.
Still for another year or 2, right? So
about 2 or 3, probably about 2 for real.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, though,
he should have started.
But Cleveland don't know shit. Like, they gave up on Baker Mayfield for whatever reason.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing.
No, they don't. Like, why do y'all? I don't know why they even traded Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because they don't have a. They don't have. They're a franchise that is just okay with mediocrity.
But Baker Mayfield was the first quarterback in years to win a playoff game for Cleveland. Oh yeah, they gave him on Baker Mayfield for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
but you know that was crazy because this motherfucker ain't played football in 2 years.
Yeah, it just goes to show how like brain dead and backwards they think. They just don't have the like. I honestly think that the Browns are not going to become a good team until the team gets sold and relocated. Like, they need a whole new front office. They need a whole new owner. They need a new president of operations. They need football operations. They need a new GM. They need a new head coach. They literally need everything. The players, they have talent. And maybe if they move away from some guys and they try to get some draft count, maybe trade for a quarterback, they might actually be okay. Maybe not like in contention, but at least moving in the right direction to where they can build off of. But they don't even get to that part. And do you remember when there were idiots, Vikings fans that were saying that we should have kept freaking Stefanski?
I like Kevin Stefanski though. I ain't gonna lie though. I like him.
He's a great guy and he's internal and whatnot.
Yeah, I feel you though. Like the shit be saying about Shedeur, And I'm looking at Dylan Gabriel. I feel you on that though. But like,
I just want to see Shedeur.
Yeah, I do too. But look though, because at the end of the day, what is you getting out of Dylan Gabriel? Like, what the fuck is he doing?
I just don't know.
Me neither. Like, why not play Shedeur in a like? I like me personally. What week is this? Week 8. What week is this? In the NFL.
Week 10, right?
Week 10.
What up, Cody?
I would get Shedeur. I would get Dylan Gabriel probably to week 13.
I'm like, I've seen enough.
What up, Cody?
Like, 3 games is all I would have needed to see.
Yeah, but
I saw from him against us made me go, okay, he's earned another start. The next week when it was that bad, I was like, okay, we can't make him throw 50 plus times. That's not a rest. Let's see what he can do in the third. Let's see if we can follow a game plan. And at that point, I would have been like, Shedeur.
Yeah, that's what I said. I would get Dylan Gabriel 3 more games just to see what he can do. But after that, it's a quarterback change, bro. Like, you not giving me no up. You not giving me shit to work with, to go to bat with. Like, I can't go to the GM and say I want to play him because he you ain't doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
You playing scared and safe. I'm not seeing no wild plays. I don't think he even scrambled with the fucking football.
That's what I'm saying. It just does. That's why I'm like, I don't see any upside. I don't see any reason to keep going with Dylan. I've literally seen enough. Like, he usually look at Jackson Dart, right? Look at other look at Spencer Rattler. Right. You know, Spencer Rattler last year, not this year. Remember when he started last year for the first time?
But
he never would, like, from day one, you could see that he was doing the right things. He just wasn't up to speed.
But I would say
that from Dylan.
I would say in college though, Spencer was a bad. Like to me, Dylan Gabriel was a good college quarterback. I watched him play for 2 years, and I thought he might have been good because he was at Oregon. But I'm like, bro, like your receivers are fucking wide open. You not like. Absolutely. I'm like, this quarterback is ass for real. But at the end of the day, though, I know, like, only reason I see why they playing Dylan more than Shedeur because he was drafted in the 4th round. And he was that guy. Mm-hmm. But in 3 more games, if you're not getting no wild plays, if he not bringing that energy like Jackson Dart did to the Giants, I gotta see what this other kid got. Cause people want to see this motherfucker. I don't like this quarterback behind him. I want to see what he got. Then I would get on the podium. Like I wasn't a Shedeur fan. Like he said, the owner made me draft him. But watching this kid play in 2 games, he can play the quarterback spot. And I tell you what, a lot of people will respect Kevin Stefanski more if he come on and just say that. Yeah, ain't shit wrong with that though.
He's just so stubborn. I just don't get it. That's
why I don't like that stubborn shit.
You know, like there was the Pat Shurmur. People were like, let's keep Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur's the guy. Goes to New York, gets a head coaching position.
He did good for us, though, didn't he?
In a just transition year when we moved on, right?
No, he took.
There was 2 years where we had Pat Shurmur, then Stefanski. Or Stefanski, then Pat Shurmur.
But Pat Shurmur did good here, didn't he?
Okay, but nothing like that made me go, okay, this
what's okay to you, though? Like,
he gave us like he gave us a little bit of belief, and I think we only went like, was it 8 wins, 9 wins? You know what I mean? So like some people are like, well, maybe we can work with that. Maybe next year he'll do 9 or 10 or 11, and maybe in a couple years. But it's like that's not the.
Then we got to the NFC title game with Pat Shurmur.
Oh, was that okay? So it was the other way around. I'm thinking of
yeah. He was Mike Zimmer boy. He was his OC at one point, wasn't he?
That in Norv Turner, and then
he retired. But Norv retired though
mid-season. Then Pat took over. That's right. Yeah, it went the other way. I'm sorry.
No. You straight though. I don't remember shit for 3. I don't remember shit for a long time. I ain't gonna lie to you. I couldn't tell you shit for 2005 for real.
No doubt.
Absolutely. Yeah, but like Pat did good here though. And you know what happened? He left and became the head coach for the New York Giants.
Exactly. And then he flamed out in 1 year. Got fired.
Gary, what's the deal? But he wasn't no head coach though.
That's what I'm saying. So but that's what we want. That's what they were saying we should hire him for. That's what I was like. I don't think that's the move. And now 2 years removed, or like years removed, I'm like, I gotta look, see what we could have been stuck with. You know what I mean? So
let me ask you this though. No matter how the season go, do you think KOC needs to fire West Philly, even though West don't call plays? But do you think KOC need to bring in another offensive mind to look at things?
It's a possibility. I can't definitively say that right now. At the end of the season, when I see it all like the full picture, you know what I mean? I think then I can definitively give you an answer. The thing is that what I feel like is that this last Lions game, it gave them the confidence to be like, this is what we had in mind going into the season. But all these injuries have basically not allowed us to even try our strategy. And then the first chance that we get with the rookie quarterback that we wanted, with the scheme, with B-Flow, all the things going the right way, it's like now they're like, this is what I'm saying. This is what we've been freaking saying internally, and this was gonna happen. So I feel like, but it has to happen consistently for the rest of the season for me to go, okay, I couldn't see your vision, and I don't understand it. And if we finish and we sneak into the playoffs and then actually do something or whatever it is, then I'm going to be like, okay, you know what? You obviously clearly know something that I don't know, and I'm just going to let you figure it out, and then we'll see what it takes next year. So, but if it just goes south, outside of injuries, if we get a whole bunch of injuries, then I don't know if we can make it. But if we stay healthy for the rest of the season and then it just falls apart with all the pieces that they brought together, trying to make whatever they want to happen, and it still fails, then I'm yes.
So Purple Bar, let me ask you this though. Because I made this comment yesterday when I was live. Somebody in my comment section said, what happened to Jordan Mason? And I told him, ain't nothing happened to Jordan Mason. I feel like, just hear me out, Purple Bar. I know you're going to jump down my throat.
No, I'm going to listen.
But look, though.
Always listen.
They said, what happened to Jordan Mason? And I told him, Jordan Mason is doing what he had told. He get the handoff, and they just run the football. The KOC is running the football to shut Viking fans up. Talking he don't run the football. Because if you see Jordan Mason last year for San Fran, he was amazing. But I feel like KOC had no TLC on the offensive run game for real. We don't see too many linemen swinging. We don't see too many receivers coming down and smacking a lineman. All you see is a basic run game from the Minnesota Vikings. And what you get is what you get. It ain't no TLC on the run game. And I feel like, but look though, Purple, I feel like KOC is running the football just to shut motherfuckers like me and you up. Like I ran the football 19 times. What the fuck y'all want me to do? Bro, ain't no TLC on the run game, bro. Like, ain't no lineman swinging. Ain't no JJ coming down, slapping a fucking defensive end. You just run the ball with just your linemen and your receivers out there blocking. It ain't no TLC. That's just what I feel and what I see the run game.
And I see that too. But then I look at how San Fran, how Sean McVay, you know what I mean, how the Mike Shanahan tree runs. And they run a run blocking scheme, right? Yeah. And that's heavily reliant on the O-line. And our O-line has been in shambles, right? So if we got backups in there for most of the season, they're not going to be able to execute the zone blocking system like the 49ers do, right? The 49ers have a solid O-line, and they haven't had injuries at the O-line. Same with the Rams, you know what I mean? Their O-lines are freaking solid. And so when they set up the run, their O-line knows exactly what to do. They swing, they do all these things, and they create the opening, right? But when we got an O-line that's basically patchwork, a center that's learning how to play center, how is he supposed to learn how to play center and then learn how to run block in this specific style of system, right? So, because if you remember, when we had Dalvin Cook, and we had a good O-line that season, Dalvin ran the ball hard, and he actually was effective. And then the year after and the year after that, we've just been plagued with O-line injuries. So then it's very difficult for, a different starting O-line combination to get on the same page with this specific run blocking scheme. So I think that plays a factor because of the injuries. And yes, I'm in. The second that freaking Jordan Mason was picked up, I was like, the offense needs to run through him because he's such a big boy. He falls down for 3-4 yards. And even if he does that twice in a row, that puts you in 3rd and short, which opens up the playbook. And that's what you want. You want that. And then all of a sudden you bring in Aaron Jones or a change of pace back. And then you got something, right? And that's what Sean McVay does. That's what Kyle Shanahan does. That's what Mike Shanahan used to do, right? That's why Mike Shanahan used to be able to run the ball with literally anybody. If in my prime, I could have ran for 1,000 yards in Mike Shanahan's system. You know what I mean? Because the roam block, the system is designed to make anyone look good. We haven't had the O-line, so that I think that plays a factor. But there is some of just like we're just running to shut people up.
That's just me looking at it though. But hey, can you pull up Gary comment real quick so we can speak on this?
Sorry, I missed that. Gary, yeah. We were talking about this earlier, Gary, and me and Zoe are both Zoe proposed oh my God, why am I blanking?
Dallas Turner.
I got so much freaking football every single day. I forget names so easily. But yeah, Dallas Turner's a good option for spying on him. I think he's a better athlete than Ivan Pace Jr.
Yeah.
And if he can do a really good job at that and let Van Ginkel and Blake Cashman, fill in the gaps and be erasers out there and do what they do, it might be lights out. But I don't think that Lamar Jackson is going to be running like that. Because of what he said in the press conference this week, that he's being cautious and that he's just going to do what he needs to do to win, nothing more. And he knows that if he aggravates that hamstring again, it's over. Like that whole season's over if he gets injured. So like he's not gonna, he can't put the cape on yet. Maybe the last 3-4 games of the season when they know he's 1,000%, then maybe. But I just don't see it.
But Purple Bar, you lying to me. If we run a man-to-man and we doing some zones, and you got the linebacker 5 yards back, scanning the field and looking at receivers, then going to the left and to the right. So Lamar breaking that for about 5-6 yards every play. Yeah.
But he had those opportunities last week against the Dolphins, and he didn't take them.
Guess what you
scrambled the throw.
Guess who you said?
He had 5 rushing attempts last week.
Guess who?
The Dolphins.
But say that again. Say that again.
I know, but that's what. So why are people hyping Lamar up in them like it's something that they've done that's special,
bro? That because the Dolphins is fucking hot garbage.
Yeah, but my point is that there were plenty of times when Lamar had a clear running path and he chose not to take it because he's too scared to get injured.
And you know what crazy, Purple? Now look, I'm gonna show you something real quick. I want to get this shit pull up though. You know what's crazy, Purple Bar?
Mm-hmm.
I told my cousin, because we did a parlay, and he had Lamar Jackson over 45 rushing yards, right? And I told him, like, I don't think Lamar gonna run against them. Guess what he told me? That's all he know. I said, I don't know, bro.
He didn't look like it last. Like he resisted.
You ain't gotta run. You ain't gotta run against them.
No, but the thing is that he had the opportunities, and he.
But look at that.
No, I believe you. Yeah, no,
like I just want. We can't. Damn.
But like before that game, I said when I was on the Real to Sports podcast, I said I don't think Lamar is going to run like that. I think he's going to be conservative, and I think he's going to protect himself because he doesn't want to re-aggravate. And the proof is in the. He had 5 attempts, right? And for how many yards did he have? Like 37 or something. But yeah, you guys went at it, eh?
Yeah, I said Lamar. If you could see that,
it says,
"Boy, please." That's all he know. You can't really see it like that, though.
Yeah, it's a little blurry, but
yeah. But I said, "Bitch, ain't bad," but Lamar ain't gonna run against them. He said, "Boy, please." That's all he know. I said, "I don't know. You ain't gotta really run to beat the Dolphins." And after that game, guess what? Purple Bar. He said, "If I would listen to you, I'd have won my parlay." He ain't even run.
Yeah.
You ain't got to against the Dolphins. They ass.
But also remember that Dolphins defense is trash. Ours is a top 10 defense. They have
That
a
what
bottom 10 defense. So
exactly. That's
they
why
make
you
a
ain't got to
massive
do
pressure.
extra against the Dolphins. Like
Exactly.
Tua gonna give you 2-3 interceptions.
Mhm.
They gonna punt the ball a lot. You ain't got to do shit. You coming off an injury, you ain't got to do shit against them. That's why I took Lamar ass under the fucking unders on that game. I said he ain't gonna run against them.
Gary asked a good question here. He's like, how do we end up? I broke it down in my preview, but essentially it's going to be it has to, the way that we're designed to win games, everybody has to do their part, because as soon as something doesn't work, if our offense doesn't have the time of possession to allow our defense to stay rested during the game, they break. Right? If the defense doesn't play well and give chances for our offense to do something and bring games back or take leads, then we fail. If the special teams is only coming up with small returns and we're always starting at the 20-yard, 25, 30-yard line, it makes it harder. But when we work together on all three phases together, everything amplifies each other. And so and then we lean on our defense, because when we're in that state of playing like that, our defense elevates. They get better. They give us opportunities that a lot of people don't expect, like that fumble against that we forced, right in the moment when everybody's thinking, I've seen this freaking game before. This is the moment where Gibbs or freaking someone's going to come up with a massive play right now. And it starts off with a screen and it looks like, oh my God, he's going to break one here for a big gain. And we force the fumble, right? And it's everything working together. And then on top of that, the fact that we have home field advantage. And so last week, Peter Schrager, I played a clip on my thing on my live today, where Peter Schrager was talking to all the Vikings people in the building. It was like, what has JJ been doing this entire time that he hasn't been able to practice? And he said he's been sitting there basically simulating all the pre-snap stuff and all the snap stuff, couldn't do anything else. And guess what happened as a result? We got 0 false starts, and he basically had a perfect game that way. No, he was extremely disciplined. So if we can continue that, be extremely disciplined at the beginning of the game, and then allow home field advantage, make it difficult for them at the start, we can get a nice little lead, 10-point lead, 14-point lead, and then we turn it into that game like we did against the Lions, where now we have the lead and they have to take chances. And when they take chances, we come up with big defensive plays. We come up with big kick returns. You know what I mean? And it has to be a total team effort. And with all that being said, on top of the fact that JJ has to continue to do what he's been doing, he doesn't have to throw for 200 yards. He's got to do what Big Ben did in his first year. He has to just make the right plays at the right time in order to continue to keep us in control of the game. And last week, against one of the arguably best offenses, and maybe their defense is banged up, but their pass rush is still pretty decent, he was able to do more than enough to win. So that's how we can win.
And Gary, I came up with like 7 points what the Vikings need to do. I made a live yesterday. Gary, your ass wasn't on my live stream last night. But number 1 was quarterback spy.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2, let me see. Number 1 was quarterback spy. Number 2 was balanced offense, run the football, throw the football. And number 3 was game tackle. When one person tackled Derrick Henry, somebody else reach for the football, because Derrick Henry will fumble the football.
Yeah, that's another factor too that I said our defense is gonna have to come up with a defensive turnover for sure.
And number 4 was, I need my receiver to catch the football. That pass that fucking JJ threw to Addison should have been a touchdown. We got to catch
so close. He has to catch it. That was a really nicely placed ball too, and it was perfect for Addison to make the play.
We had that, and that was number 4. And number 5 was, we got to put up points. We got to score. We got to kick field goals. And number 6 was, I don't want to see Josh Metellus on no fucking wide receivers. Josh Metellus don't need to guard no wide receivers in this game. I don't want to see number 44 or no wide receivers. And my last one was number 7. JJ McCarthy needs to relax. Like, relax, bro. The quarterback spot is yours. Ain't nobody looking over your shoulders. If you play bad, you're not going to get benched. You just got to relax. Because J.J. McCarthy in college was one of the best quarterbacks throwing football on the run.
Yeah.
Now he is inaccurate throwing football on the run. So he got to calm down. He might need to take a Percocet or whatever the case might be to calm his ass down. But JJ just need to calm down and do what you've been doing forever. If JJ do what he's been doing forever since he's been playing football, the Vikings is in good hands.
Yeah.
Fuck what KLC talking about. Fuck what the offense coordinator talking about. Just play your ball, bro. When you on the run with the football, throw that easy lob. Throw that easy bullet. Run with the football. Throw that easy pass. Just calm down.
Absolutely.
And play the quarterback spot, bro. That's all we want. That's
think
all.
I think playing at home is gonna make it easier for him to calm down. That hostile environment kind of has a way of amping people up. That crowd. You've been to a Lions game. You know what it's like as a Vikings fan when you're in there with a Viking. They get hostile, right? So that could be a factor. But at home, I think he might settle down a little bit in that confidence game for sure. And I want to say, Raul, I don't know if we were mad at anything. Maybe we're mad about them not starting Shedeur, because I know that I was getting a little bit frustrated because I want to see Shedeur play. But when it comes to our Minnesota Vikings, that's Zoe. I've literally been the most chill and happiest the entire season, and everybody's been melting down. I've been trying to stay positive.
You cool Joe. That's you cool Joe, bro. And I don't be liking that shit. Like, we mad right now. We lost. Like this, like fuck all. Like, that's cool Joe though. That's why I need to go live with motherfuckers like this. Cause when I be going crazy, he gonna be like, calm down. He gonna bring the peace, and I'm just gonna bring the, like I'm mad. I'm pissed.
The attitude, the emotion, the personality.
Yeah, the emotion. I bring more emotion to my live stream than anybody though.
Yeah. I try to be optimistic. I try to be objective as well. And I try to not just look at the current week. I try to look at the whole picture as well. So then I can, and also I feel like I had a good read. I've been saying, like, I think we can sneak into the playoffs, and then we can. Now, the more that I see JJ play, though, I'm thinking, man, if anybody can give us a Cinderella run, it's him. Because he's got that will to win. I don't know if it's going to happen, but he probably is the only, because it was not happening with Sam, happening with Daniel Jones.
You know why?
Because he's clutch, bro.
He's a fucking Michigan man.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, stop playing, man. Like, the crazy part in Purple Bar, how the fuck did the Vikings draft the franchise quarterback for my team in Michigan, and I live in Detroit? That's crazy. And you know what's crazy though, Purple Bar? All of the Lion fans, all of them know, and happy for JJ McCarthy. They say, I want to see JJ do good, but not us. But y'all beat us. But JJ looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm not really mad off the loss. Because once you a Michigan person, are you going with that player? No matter who you play for.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It just a part in you, like, I root for the motherfucker for 3 years. Like, I built something with him. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think the game will slow down just because we are at home, and it'll give them a little bit less pressure to do. Two, the pass rush from the Ravens is like non-existent. I know they added someone here, but like, it's going to take time you got to learn the new verbiage. You got to learn the signals. You think this new guy that they just brought in 2 days ago is going to be ready to be out there for 60% of the snaps? Absolutely not. Their pass rush is going to be mediocre still, so like, I don't have I'm not worried at all. I think JJ is going to have a lot. And like Delton says, he amps everyone up around him. And like, when Aaron Jones and
Delton, a Bama fan too. We a Bama boy, I believe.
Oh,
he put that belt to the ass. He ain't like that.
But man, when Aaron Jones, after that week 1 win, came out and said, man, when he was in the huddle and he said to us, where would you rather be? It like changed everything. And then this week, was it Will Fries? One of the offensive linemen said, when he's in the game, we feel like at any moment he's going to do something special. You know what I mean? Like he's got like, and they just have a different confidence in him. He said that the way that he speaks in the huddle, it just like the energy is completely different. The confidence is completely. They fight harder. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's everything together. You know, and that's why I'm so happy to have JJ.
Oh yeah, man. I've been said like my whole thing was JJ not coming to the Vikings was strictly on play calling because I ain't trust KOC. But like I always told people, when you was a quarterback, the shit like 80% mental. You gotta be mental fucking zone in at the quarterback spot. You can't worry about what happened on the last play. You gotta leave that shit behind you. You gotta be zoned in at that quarterback spot. And we seen that shit. I can name numerous quarterbacks who not really zoned in mentally though, but I always feel like JJ is a mentally tough quarterback. And for the Vikings to draft a quarterback from Michigan, and I live in Detroit, Michigan, that was crazy. I just feel like this destiny right here. I feel like JJ is going to bring that trophy to the Vikings.
I honestly think this is the reason why I started my channel when I did. I was like, the JJ McCarthy era is when I need to be a content creator for the Vikings.
When you start your channel?
Last year was my first year.
Oh, it was?
Because they drafted the guy that I wanted, dude. I literally, before the draft, I spent hours watching JJ's all his passes from college, Drake Mays.
But would you watching people before you hopped on YouTube? Like, would you?
Yeah, I was part of like the Vocal Vike. Like I was watching him a little bit of like, and then like Andy from Purple for the Win. But not so much anymore.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
Purple Insider.
Wait. You wasn't watching your boy?
Yeah. You were the one that freaking me and you got on page from freaking Raps freaking videos. But you were on one of his lives, and that's what made me go, whoa. And then I started watching you.
Oh, okay. I know I'm talking shit though.
Or something like that. I forget what it was, but he.
Oh no, I'm talking shit though. I'm talking shit though. I'm like, damn, you ain't watch your boy? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
I watch your boy all the time. You know,
no, you my guy though. But
I watch from the beginning to the end, so that to make sure you get them as much watch time as possible.
I believe. I believe that though. That's real though. But I will say this though. You said something that I agree with you. You said something about the Andy dude.
Oh yeah, for
what's his name?
Andy from Purple for the Win. Yeah.
You know what crazy? I used to watch him too on YouTube, but I will say this to Andy, and shout out to Andy. He is the reason I started doing content on YouTube because the way he would talk about Kirk Cousins, I was like, is this motherfucker watching the Vikings games? He used to hype Kirk Cousins up like he wasn't the motherfucking reasons. I said, man, oh no, I gotta get on YouTube. This motherfucker lying to me. Like, that's the reason I got on YouTube though, for real.
You know that I'm a Kirk Cousins guy, right? Have I told you the story? When Kirk
Cousins, don't fuck our friendship up, Purple Bar.
Listen,
don't fuck our friendship up.
No, but listen to me, okay? Just so you know, this is also gotta remember. This is back in whatever year RG3 got drafted. Okay. There was 2 or 3 games when he got injured that freaking Kirk Cousins stepped in and looked awesome. And I tweeted Rick Spillman, I have no idea how many freaking times, I said, you need to go trade for freaking Kirk Cousins. If we would have gotten Kirk Cousins then, we might have been able to freaking not let him become the guy that freaking can't win the big game. You know what I mean? Like, but.
Oh, shout out to Yogi, man. Yogi in the building.
Yeah, Yogi's in the house.
Man, we got Yogi. Who the fuck he been at? I ain't seen Yogi.
And like, you know, I'm extremely happy we moved on from Kirk. Like, it was one of those things, like the experiment was good enough. It just to me, it just happened way too late. I would have liked for him to get him when he was a rookie so we can develop him better or something like that. But yeah. I like what we got though. That's all that matters.
Yeah, he's super, like Andy is super positive about and I don't like that shit. I want you to get on this bitch and just keep it real. Like me personally, when he was talking about the Kirk Cousins shit, I said, "Oh no, I gotta make me a channel." This motherfucker got like 40,000 fucking subscribers, and he ain't telling people shit but nothing but lies. Man, Kirk ain't about to do shit for the Vikings. Man, I got on YouTube probably about a year and a half later.
There you go. Absolutely. No, man, I'm with you. Like, it was fun while it lasted, but I'm happy that we were smart enough to move on from him when it was the right time. Because imagine had we kept him and then had him come out here freaking with that non-existent Achilles and just made us look terrible, like he made the Falcons look. Oh, dude, that would have been torture, man. That would have killed me for sure.
Yeah.
Like up until after year one of KOC almost broke me too. That was during that time I used to be very, very emotional and angry and not positive whatsoever, because I was ready to win and I thought we were going to do much better than we did. But once we drafted JJ, that's when I was like, oh, okay, this is the time to be patient and then let's be objective and then let's just be happy with what we got and then move forward because that's in the past. No need to be angry anymore. Let's just hype up our boys,
Move on.
I love JJ, man.
Yogi said he just got home. Is you going live tonight, Yogi? Like you ain't been live in years. Like, do you even drop content anymore, my boy?
Probably on his other channels, right? Because he's got a couple other channels. Like
we need Fat Boy Yogi to go live tonight, man. Bring that live back tonight.
Maybe we do it tomorrow night. Bring back that one of those old school.
Bring that bitch back tonight. Bring that bitch back tonight at 9 o'clock.
I just got girlfriend duties here soon, so
I feel you.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I have to take care of business. So if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel you on that one though, for sure. Facts.
Absolutely. But man, I love talking football with you, bro. It's so much fun. We literally just talked for 2 hours and 17 minutes and it felt like 25 minutes, bro.
Yeah, that shit went by.
Don't have watch party sat.
He said watch party Saturday.
Man, let's do it. I'm down.
Hell yeah.
The thing is that I'm mixing a little bit of positivity and optimism, but I try to be as objective and as real as possible at the same time.
Yeah, no, you ain't shit like dog though. You ain't shit like dog. Dog will sell his whole dream like JJ about to take the Vikings to the Super Bowl this year, and look how he like what the like that like. Hold on, now, hold the fuck up.
I just want him to get at the very least one playoff game experience because I think that's going to help so much for his development and accelerate what we're going to do next year and the year after. Because I'm banking on the future. I don't want to just sell out and screw up like we always do. You know what I mean? I want us to build properly and grow the right way. That's why I want to get younger. That's why I want to get as many draft picks as possible. That's why I want to have the cap as low as possible so that we can actually build the right way, because this is really the first time we've ever actually tried to build the right way. You know what I mean? So with a franchise, with a lottery pick quarterback, right? So that's why I'm like, let's just do it right. Even though we've never done it before, that's why we are messing up a bunch in different areas with drafts, with free agency pickups and stuff like that. But if we don't make those mistakes, we're never going to learn from them, right? So we can't keep reverting and trying to do the old things that haven't worked. We got to keep focused and pushing towards the new stuff because that might actually get us the win. We can't just be freaking doing the same freaking crap, bringing in an old vet that's going to put us over the top or sign some free agent guys that are going to make the difference and then just be depressed at the end of the season when Sam Darnold freaking craps the bed again. You know what I mean? Like, or Daniel Jones.
You're right though, but
I just can't stand that. I can't take that anymore. That will make me snap.
But one thing I can say you is right. I would love for JJ to get some playoff experience because the playoffs is way faster than a regular NFL game, and he needs to see that.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that.
And then to go back to because you were talking about how he has to settle down, and because he was missing typical throws that he made in college on the run. Now that might have to play with the speed of the NFL, right? Because wide receivers at the NFL are going to be faster than at the college level. So if he's anticipating to be somewhere and he's throwing them a little bit behind, is because he's not used to that, maybe.
Yeah,
And
but
he
no,
hasn't
it
been
ain't.
practicing with them. But hopefully he
but
settles in and adjusts.
but by me looking at him, I don't think it's that though. I just feel like it could be that though, because all the passes really been behind.
Slightly
gotta-
behind. Not
Yeah.
like last year. It's like just a little bit too behind.
Yeah,
You know?
and you already running already. Now you gotta. I feel like he gotta get better with. So you could be right with that though, because he gotta get better with that.
And I think it's going to come. I think the last, like I said, that's why I circled the last third of the season in my pre-season kind of like analysis. As I wrote down games 7, 8, and 9 were the games that I think I didn't write it down. I just circled it. So I can't remember why I circled it, but I'm thinking my reasoning was like the growth and development was up until the bye, and then the next 3 games are going to be like getting it right, getting it on the right track, and then the last third is going to be what we imagine this team to be, and that's why I'm like, I just hope we get to the last third of the season and I'm right about that, because if that happens and we freaking finish really, really strong, I'm going to be like, the season's going to end and I'm like, I want September now. I want to see next year. And I haven't felt like this in a long time, bro, about this Minnesota Vikings team.
I feel you.
So that's why I'm just super excited. But yeah, I got 5 minutes here before I got to get ready and head out here. Are there any other questions, any other topics? Thanks everybody for joining in the live that's tapped in, asked some questions. Just been awesome. You know what I mean? Even you Ravens fans, I don't mind you. I know that you're just not informed enough and you're just living in delusion. So I get it. You know what I mean? Like, but if we beat the Dolphins last week, I might be the one saying like, oh, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl too.
Right. Yeah, the Dolphins, that was
Imagine.
I don't take shit from that game.
Imagine beating the Dolphins and like every mainstream media pundit is like, oh, the Ravens have fixed their defense. Everything is fixed now. And I'm like, what? The Dolphins can do that for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Line them up for us next week then.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's a good time, man. I really enjoyed freaking rocking with you guys. Thank you so much for anything. Any last words before we end the live, Mr. Zoe?
Man, nothing really, but go out, handle business, beat the Ravens, and let's see what happened after that, man.
Absolutely. Gary asked one last minute question. Yo, who MVP for so far? Will? Who you got? For our team or in the NFL? If it's for our team, for me, I said this early in the live. To me, I think it's Carson Wentz, and it's not for his stats or what he's done. It's how he shielded and put up his health to make sure that we made it to the point where JJ was healthy and we didn't allow Max Brosmer to get injured in that time frame. He sacrifices his freaking health, and he was a shield for our young guys and helped us get to this point. And if it wasn't for him, would we be here in this situation? Max Brosmer could have taken a bad hit. He could have been out. We could have been scrambling with all of our quarterbacks injured, but he freaking was a hero, man. To me, I think that's our MVP, but not for the traditional reasons because he's put up numbers or anything like that.
Right. My MVP for the Vikings will probably be Jordan Addison. He's been balling out this year. I gotta give it to Ja. Ja been doing the thing since he came back from that suspension, though. But my NFL MVP right now will be Matthew Stafford. Stafford is balling right now.
Yeah, he is. That is definitely, you can't deny that. Him and freaking Josh Allen. But the thing is that there's also JSN, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
Bijan Robinson. I don't know if he's still on pace, but at one point in the season, he was on pace to make history, though.
He ain't do shit last week.
Everything was looking like he could like literally make history, but I think he may have fallen off that pace. So I don't know if he's actually worth it. Puka Nacua, he was on pace for like 2,100 yards at one point, but then he missed a couple games, so I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't be mad at those either.
For real.
Excellent, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you guys on the next live.